Here we...
You know, my mother reminded me many times over the years from the time I was a child onward that the world is made up of small mercies. How far those mercies will go, it's like a pebble thrown into a pond. They ripple out and forever change things at the bottom. Before we get back into the story, careful viewer, which I believe was in the dread realm of Ravenloft.
Dread realm? Okay, seems fine.
A quick note for the viewers. We are 5 followers away from having 1,000 followers, which is frankly incredible. We've got a bunch of giveaways that are going to happen once we hit 1,000 followers. So let's keep an eye on that. You guys help me keep an eye on that tonight too on the stream. I'll check periodically. In the event that we get one, we will do a giveaway within the chat for the first of many gifts.
That's right.
So keep an eye on that, y'all. Oh, damn. Thank you, Zombie. Zombie hooked y'all up with
more like
this as a
Zombie
sub.
Nice.
Plus.
Wow. Zombie Plus. Thank you.
Let's see where last we were. Oh, that's right. The throne room of Ravenloft.
Good. Should be fine.
Or as I call it, Fine Town. You guys heard me call it that. Yeah, I've called it that a couple times.
Count Strahd von Zarovich is looking out one of his high windows, looking out at the river and the moonlight. And he has just told you that he needs your help with a doctor. Being that you three know so much, do you know what doctor I'm talking about?
I don't think we could hazard a guess.
No. Fair enough. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Before we get started, I think we need to make some accommodations. Ladies, I need you to go down into the village. We don't have much food for you here as it is. Knock on a few doors and make sure that the people give up enough food for our guests.
We've come prepared. We have rations.
That is absolutely ridiculous. You are my guests. Ladies, they're like, of course, my lord.
The crab walk.
Just
crab walk. I believe one of those was crab walking in the end.
They head out. He's like, ugh. I so rarely have guests here that stay very long. Anyway, there is a doctor here named Dr. Victor Mordenheim. He's been here for some time. He came here as many travelers do. However, I took an interest in this doctor. He has rather radical ideas. And in fact, I've let him go and continue research.
What sort of research?
You see, he seems to have a theory that he can make life from death. Now, not just undead, as you will. That's a bit different. But life begets life and death begets death. That's typically how it goes. However, he seems to have a way to reinvigorate death into life. I find this wonderfully fascinating.
I can only imagine.
So if someone dies, you can just bring them back to life. Something like that.
I don't know that it's even quite that. Something completely new out of death, not the same soul. It's not like a cleric of some sort being able to pull you and pluck you out of the heavens and deliver you back into your body. However, I have not heard from him in some time.
I think he could have gone missing.
No, I know exactly where he is. In fact, he hasn't left. The same place, a tower to the north. Strahd looks out the window again. Things are happening. Things, obviously, that shouldn't. I feel doorways moving across this realm. Not Barovia, mind you, but the Shadowfell itself. And I shouldn't have my view blocked of this tower, and yet it is. And there's some hand behind it. It isn't mine, and I don't think it's the good doctor's either.
You think the tower's gone?
No, I know the tower's there.
And so you want us to just go and check on him?
No. I have a feeling that he is close to completing his work. Or at least something close to. What I want is for you to go, take whatever creature he seems to have created, and bring it back to me. I find that interesting. I also want any materials, research or otherwise, brought here.
Will he resist?
Well, I really don't know. However, if he's as close as I think he is, it won't really matter anymore, will it? If he comes with you, fine. If you resist, kill him.
Well, we'll certainly go and investigate. We'll bring it back.
Very good. Before you go, though, you have food arriving, and all of you, in fact, looks at you, Killian, walks over rather quickly, takes 2 long fingernailed hands that are cold, and pushes your chin up, and runs his fingers over the bites that you have. You've been hurt. Who hurt you?
We were attacked by a vampire.
Here?
No, where we came from.
Interesting. All of you are looking a bit ragged. I imagine you haven't rested in some time.
But
We haven't.
it is accurate.
True.
Well, lucky for you, you are within my home. I have a number of bedrooms here. You all stay the night. Rest up.
Appreciate your hospitality.
Will.
Of course. I appreciate you coming to see me again. You've given me so much to think about. This is twice now you 2 have surprised me.
I suppose we have that way with people.
No doubt you do. And the mysteries of you. That heartbeat.
They're mysteries to me, too.
Okay. Well. He's like, tell me of your adventures. You can tell and summarize if you want, or we can skip ahead. It is up to all of you.
I think we'll summarize coolly. I don't think we're going to try to avoid any real detail at any point, I think. But not without lying. Right? Only by omission. Right?
Yeah.
I think we can skip past that. We'll summarize up until now.
Yeah.
I think we all probably see no reason to even try.
Oben is not happy, and not happy about staying here either.
And I actually think Killian's doing it partially to deflect from that. Like, Killian's like, hey, over here. Like, Elvin's over there fuming. Killian will just keep talking.
The brides of Strahd come back with handfuls of food. They're like, the village of Barovia was quite giving, Count. One of them's like, I also procured us dinner for later. They do. They have wolf steak.
Yep.
Pretty dry bread that's pretty shitty.
Mm-hmm.
It pretty much turns to crumbs immediately and tastes almost like ashes. And you still have the wine, which is truly fantastic.
Yeah, we'll drink some of that.
I will eat and not and put on a show in terms of like
being gracious.
Yeah, being gracious and thankful and appreciative, but not like trying to suck up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, this one's fantastic.
It's very old. About 800 years.
It's very old.
I don't think Elvin would eat. Really? Yeah.
No?
I mean, we can assume it was stolen from
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well, stolen you don't know, but it was most certainly probably given under duress.
Romer's a survival. He has no problem.
Dude, Killian...
This place is great!
Yeah.
I mean, Killian spent months on the run, so I think he also is... But I do think Killian is doing his best to deflect from Elbin's defiance. Like, even when Elbin's not eating, he's trying to just keep eyes on him. Like, so, anyways, what I was saying... like, he'll be talking just so Elbin can not eat. And
I don't think Elbin's necessarily trying to not eat as a fuck you, more as the thought of eating this makes me. So he's not like making a show of it. Yeah. So maybe he'd be playing with his food or something, but he's gonna kill Strahd. Yeah,
I think you're perceptive enough to know that Strahd looks and sees your plate, is amused, and turns back to you, that you have no problem being like, okay, well.
Yeah.
I get it. He's like, tell me more. Like, a lighthouse. Fantastic. Eel folk. I've never seen an eel folk.
I just take his steak.
Do you want my ketchup too? Just kidding.
I mean, it's wolf steak. You're not talking about eating a nice marbled...
it's a little overcooked for my taste.
Yeah, I think Killian would probably stop short of the fact that it can hop the planes. Mm-hmm, I think he'll just leave that out, you know?
Sure.
We'll talk about the eel folk, like, that's right, and we left a lonely old lighthouse keeper there, which I'm sure you can imagine wasting away the years in a tower overlooking so much below. Must be lonely.
Oh, I feel for this lighthouse keeper, though. If I might correct you, it's only a waste if you let it be a waste.
Fair enough. That's an interesting viewpoint. But his work was everything to him, and he had done a good job but for the one time that he ever slipped up, and lost his wife as the ship she was aboard dashed upon the rocks.
All of the brides look at him and look at all of you. You don't know if potentially you said something wrong. He holds up a glass. To lost loves.
Sure.
I think Elvin would just suck it up and do it. Probably wouldn't actually clink, but he just motioned towards him.
A quick thank you to Cranio Dad for one of these.
Thanks.
And thank you for Mike G. Bro. We are 4 away.
4 away.
Okay. With that, well, should show you to your bedrooms.
Thank you.
Separate ones, I imagine.
Do you have a large master suite? We've just been accustomed to staying together.
I just smile.
Of course, that's fair. You start walking along with him. This place is massive. You feel like you're going up winding stairs, down hallways. There's portraits. Some of them depict people that vaguely look like Strahd. For sure, it looks like family relations, and in fact, you see some that look more like as you remember him. Mm-hmm. You see a couple that look like they were family portraits, except they've been torn. Like, faces have been torn from them.
As we're walking, in case this is like he's leading us down this maze, I'm like finding like kind of markers that I can follow my way back.
Just
look for that's ripped. That looks over there.
Yeah.
There's a marble statue right there.
You don't have to make any rolls. You are like, you've been on high alert the entire time. I think all of your senses, you're like left, up, right. I mean, you're like, I went
up, down,
yeah.
down.
You Konami code it.
Yeah.
And he leads you to a room, and he has, a candelabra, and he opens it up. And the room lights up with different candles. Comes up to the bed and he slaps it. Not much dust coming off. I do keep aspects of this place clean, as is befitting a count.
Well, again, we thank you for your hospitality.
Of course. Should you require companionship, my brides are more than accommodating. If you would rather just rest, perhaps you shouldn't agree to have them in your room.
I don't think I'd get much rest if they were here.
Indeed you wouldn't.
Neither would I.
I think rest is paramount for now. Thank you.
I'll do my best to tell them not to disturb you. They can be very, very bad sometimes, though.
I understand.
Good night, and pleasant dreams.
No. As he's leaving, like as he kind of shut the doors, I'll get the left side of the bed.
As soon as he closes the door, Keelan's going to be like, pull out a piece of chalk. I'm casting Tiny Hut.
Fuck you, Sean.
Like, as quietly as he can, like, just drawing it out.
Roll perception as you finish it.
I will just start, like, talking, like, chattering.
Distracting.
Yeah.
How about that wine?
That
wine.
was so good.
I got a 1 on my perception check, so... Is that good, or...?
Yeah, you saw
Yeah.
the house is
Lowe's
made
good
of
here.
spaghetti.
As you kind of finish drawing it, it sounds like the castle is almost upset. Thick boards start knocking like... Sounds almost shifting cobblestones, but seems effective enough.
Should be fun.
Yeah. Like... I don't think that spell was well
Did you draw it around the bed?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're getting the bed.
You guys pulled the four-poster bed out.
Come on, we're getting the bed in there, man. We're making a fort. I make a tiny hut, but it's out of the pillows in the room.
I'll throw blankets over the top of it.
Uh-huh.
It would be unwise to assume that we're safe in here, or that we're not being listened to.
Oh, I agree.
All right, then. I think we all feel the same way. Do what we must.
Should one of us stay up?
I don't think so. It would be very difficult to get through this.
Will you know if something takes it down?
No, but... I'll make sure I took that
What about your
spell.
bird? And a key.
I'll have Aniki keep watch.
Just like peck at your forehead or something.
Yeah, I don't have alarm. I should get alarm in my spell book eventually.
Alarm.
I'll have Aniki keep watch over the room.
You're gonna need to get rest.
You too.
Because you and I still have. Is it me and him? Well, you don't have exhaustion. He and I still have it.
I don't have
You guys
exhaustion.
still have it.
Yeah, you guys do.
I don't have it on my sheet. So.
I'm also down to 1 hit dice. You get what, half your level
Rounded
rounded
up.
up? So we're getting 3 back on a rest. Wanting to be at max hit dice.
If we, you know,
You can stay more days in Ravenloft Castle, should you choose.
I'll just keep casting tiny huts. Let's do this.
Just over and over and over again.
and like inch it towards the door until you get out the door.
Yeah. It takes those 45 days, but...
Ah!
The tiny hut is on the stairs.
We get a long rest.
An hour later,
You son of a bitch.
The best dreams.
you hear a knock at your door.
I will leave the hut and go to the door. And I'll just kind of... May I help you?
All of the Brides of Strahd are there against the doorway. Hello.
I'm ever so sorry. We're extremely weary from our travels.
Might we just cross this threshold for a moment?
No, I'm afraid not. Well, the rest of the... Elbin and Relmer are asleep, and we really must be resting now.
With your 8 strength.
I do think he's going to put his back against it, like... I mean, I think that is actually... I think he
Terrifying.
is scared.
Yeah.
Not just like, this is annoying. I think he's like, man, are they going to kill us?
Hurry, come back to bed.
You got my spot warm for me? Are we sleeping heads and alternating, like feet in each other's faces?
I am a sushi roll.
Okay, good. Yeah, good.
Romer's a sleep cuddler.
Not when he falls asleep, but after he's asleep.
Just
right.
Arm searches.
Finding anybody. Oh, there we go. Let's get in here.
You all get a long rest.
I mean, I think Tony would come back in and just be like...
Yes, droids.
Yes.
Why didn't they come in?
They asked for permission to cross the threshold.
Seems strange inside the house. They have to ask.
Do I have Van Richten's book?
Uh-huh.
I would be studying that a little bit over the long rest. Does it talk about vampire lore?
Yes, it does. If there is one thing that is mainly in there,
Sweet.
It is vampires. There's others too. There's a number of monsters.
So remember he told us about the running water and everything, but if I find that, I'd be like, here's why they asked. Look at that. They have to be invited.
Consider that you know literally everything there is to know about vampires at this point.
Right, got my fireball prepped.
There's even like annotated notes on arguing who the first vampire was, like, and things like that, what gods they might be connected to. Some of it even sounds very scientific. Like for you, you're like, this is incredibly scholarly. Like some of it talks about how it feels like it attacks the bloodstream and like necrotic, like magic, like touches here. But yes, you do. Romer still stands there. Like it seems odd that they couldn't enter this room when they live in the castle, but unless
he somehow is restricting them from doing that.
Could be.
And like he said, sometimes they can be naughty, which means that the only way they could get in here is if the guests invite them in.
I think it would not take much for you guys to deduce that. Other things of note, certainly sunlight is obviously the biggest. What Van Richten said too, a stake in the heart of an honest vampire is key.
Does it kill them or just incapacitate them?
So it incapacitates them.
And the death blow comes with the head chopping off while the stake is in.
Yes, but it speaks and it specifically has assumptions about Strahd himself in there.
That it won't work.
Whereas that powerful vampires, even if you manage to destroy it in the moment, they will reform within their coffin 24 hours later. That would, and you are like a phylactery. It's essentially the exact
same concept.
Same concept.
Does it talk about if you destroy the coffin? If that'll have any?
It says that still. It seems like
theory.
Some of them, in fact, seem almost from experience that you still need to stake it. But if you stake it and then destroy the coffin, like light it on fire or things, there's a couple examples that seem incredibly specific. Like they're like, I think he's crept into a number of places, and some are like pouring hot silver within the coffin. Just a number of things. Okay. There's also werewolf lore. There's in fact, kind of, lycanthropy in general, including rats. Whatever other were animals may, in fact, be around, and other ones of note. Like I said, it'll give you advantage on anytime you're trying to recall information about resistances or things like that. But vampires for sure. You are like now fucking experts.
Nice.
So we know that does fire stop their regeneration? Okay.
Right?
No, I don't think that
sunlight
it does. Sunlight only.
Just sunlight.
Just sunlight. Okay. Or running water.
What about holy water?
Holy water can, yes.
Does that stop their regen?
It does.
Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out when it comes close. I assume if
I was
we
totally
know,
asking in case
we can look. We can look up and figure it out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's true.
If we find a vampire,
the big things are like sunlight, running water are kind of the keys, and then if you get it down, and it talks about the more powerful it is, the more that they heal. So you're all understanding that. Okay, so it is time limited.
All right.
Let's go to emerge from our tiny hut.
Hey, you're not sure if it's day yet. Any of you? You have that feeling that you've slept for In fact, I think it's exhausted you guys. I think you guys slept for almost 12 hours. I don't think any of you even realized it, but...
Hope we didn't miss breakfast.
You finally go over to the window, and it almost looks like dusk. It's that strange hue and haze where things almost look smoky just because your eyes can't quite adjust to light. Even if you have dark vision, you typically expect it to be one or the other, but like, oof. You can look out at the landscape. It is bleak. Still evergreen trees, to be sure, but you see the sleepy town in the bottom with row houses kind of shingled, falling apart. It doesn't look like there's much more people than it was in the nighttime, but you see some people shuffling around. You descend?
Yeah. Let's just go. We could not interact with him.
Unlikely.
I understand.
But I agree. We'll do our best to get moving. I think Killian will open the door and kind of...
They're like,
the... Seems like disfigured one who let you into the gates.
Igor.
Pretty much. It's Grigory. I trust you slept well.
Yes, thank you.
Much better, thank you.
Good. Come. Probably a good thing you did not let the ladies of the castle in.
I'd say so.
They were disappointed.
Perhaps if I were less exhausted.
I wouldn't suggest it then either. Kind of looks back expecting you all to be laughing. As you...
Ha 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 ha.
Okay.
Tough rule.
I'll be here for the next 100 years. Come on back.
Try the wolf step. Keep your undead bride.
Just, yeah. Just a comedy show at Castle Ravenloft.
Typical.
That got me way farther than it should have. I'm sorry. Okay. You guys reach... He takes you actually what is into a dining room that's far closer to...
The door?
The door. The front door. Strahd is in there, and he seems to have a couple tomes, actually, on the table. Well. Slept well?
Yes, thank you.
Good. Good. Do you need any breakfast here?
I think we're prepared to get underway. Can you point us in the right direction?
I can, in fact. I have a bit of a map for you. And, in fact, I'll be walking you into the village. We've procured a cart for you. I'm sure there'll be materials that you need to transport.
Of course.
Plus, I'm going to go to see to a couple things on the far side of the realm. But I'll be back by the time you return.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. We'll get moving then.
Sounds good. Kind of throws up his cane, stands up, and starts. The doors open on their own, and the gates as well as you descend.
I think I'm just chewing on rations as we're moving along, trying to be as casual as I can when I'm not. I still have I've never summoned the sword. I'm always leaving it in my way.
Keep going. He points out a couple things. He's like, "That's their pool over there." He's like, "There's a Vishtani camp. Should any of you want your fortunes read, I hear Madame Eva is quite accurate."
Good to know.
I think that this is the town of Barovia.
Killian's not saying anything about it.
He sees all of you, and I mean, he continues to go on until you get to Barovia, and people get the fuck out of the way. People start...
It's not even casual.
Some aren't. Some seem like they're trying to keep, but you can see that them go rigid, kind of looking out of the periphery, and walking dead forward, not trying to turn. Some do try to kind of bow and curtsy, and it is a terror that is in the rest. It's rough. And you can feel it, Elvin especially. Like,
with the hate growing, I'm sure.
Like, especially feeling a bit disconnected and the malevolent feeling to even the earth. Like, the people here are some of the only kind of shining lights of the living. But Elvin specifically, would you roll me perception or insight, whichever's higher for you?
It would be the same, 13.
13. That's pretty good. You see a couple people walking around. All of you see it, but you don't... Only you really recognize it. Some people don't run scared at all. Some people almost just look like automatons. Just walking through. You recognize that there's something off. They're moving. They're maybe alive, but the spark of individuality of all life.
But they're not undead.
They're not undead. It's just not there. You, for the first time, just have a feeling where you're like, that is just a shell. That is a husk of a human. It is... You have never experienced something like that. Even undead have some feeling that at least once they had it. Nothing.
I think he would suspect that that's the doctor's doing or something, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But obviously doesn't have a chance to say anything.
You come to a wagon. There's actually a horse. Strangely enough, you've seen other carts being pulled. They're almost all hand carts. There are no horses that you've seen so far, except for this one.
It's just like a draft horse.
Just, yeah, kind of. It looks mangy. It looks well fed, but
it's a rough draft horse.
It's a rough draft horse.
Didn't like it.
Strong's like, this is your wagon. Somebody in town is to thank for it, though I didn't catch their name.
Right. We'll bring it back intact.
Keep an eye on the horse. There aren't many here.
Understood.
This is a map of my kingdom. Like, you're here. Everybody paying attention. This is the castle. This is this town.
Is he giving us this map?
Yeah. It's like, I need you to go all the way to here. It's a distance. But like Richton already told you, this place isn't that big.
You should get across it, you said, in like maybe a day?
Couple days to get across it. So, but with a horse too, like, actually, it's not going to take us terribly long to get there. Like, this is a little tower right here. That's what I need you to get to.
Alright.
How big is the town we're in?
Not big. It's kind of a couple, the houses are really close together, like they're just kind of, but it's maybe only 4 or 5 kind of winding streets that go around, so not very big.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I guess if he's still hanging out, then yeah.
It's like, I want the creature, I want the research, the doctor is expendable.
Understood. Got it.
Well, I'm off to the mountains. Takes another step, and it becomes a swarm of bats that just and take off.
Robert just shakes his head.
Yeah, just stand there.
Jesus Christ.
Let's get this over with. Let's get moving. As best we can.
So we get the impression that, or does gold matter here? Like, not really, probably.
Don't know. You don't see anybody walking around in fine clothes, though. Everybody's clothes look like they've been restitched, reworked. I mean, there's still a few that look nice. Most people seem to be looking at you fearful. All of you roll perception, though.
9.
22.
19?
Okay, both of you see it. There is a small church here. in town. A couple people are milling about it, and you see in the churchyard a young man looking past you and eyeing you. Seems to be both interested, maybe hesitant, but he's the only one who seems either not averting gaze or moving on.
I think it's a great idea to get embroiled in any of the interactions between us. And
My heart tells me we should speak to him, but my head tells me we must keep moving. What do you think, Elvin?
So he's looking at us like studying, kind of, not
studying. He's not beckoning you, but he's not
analyzing us.
He looks like he's more analyzing.
Yeah.
That's more what it looks like. He's definitely not like this, but he's not afraid either.
Is there any markings on the church to denote what it's a church of?
Actually, you don't need to because you just dealt with Van Richten. You see that there's the same holy symbols that you know it's the Morning Lord, also known as Lathander, which is certainly also in the Sword Coast, by the way.
Which is an antithesis to undead. So, at least they've got some hope in town if that's actually a worshipper of Lathander.
He doesn't seem, or none of these people, I guess none of these people seem like they're bad or anything, right? They're just scared, basically.
That's pretty much all you get from here. I mean, whether any of their intentions are nefarious or not, you can't pick it up over the fear. Even if there may be some of the kind of toughs in town also look like they are completely shook.
Do we know, is it the Baba Lysaga? Is that who's here? Mm-hmm. Baba Yaga is who we talked to?
It's the Baba Yaga's sister.
The Baba Lysaga?
But yeah. Baba Lysaga, yes. Is who.
Do we know where she is?
That you don't.
Okay, well that's all I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I take the map out, and I'm kind of looking at it, and I'm like, we don't know where the Baba Lysaga is, do we? We don't.
A bit unfamiliar in general, perhaps making an acquaintance other than Strahd.
Alright. But can't let them know that we have anything against him. Understood?
I agree with that.
He'll find out.
I think we should assume that everything we do or say has a chance of reaching him.
And if we can, let me talk to him. Alright? If I can convince him to just point us out some highlights on the map or something like that, maybe I can get him to point us in the right direction.
It seems reasonable. Let's try it.
Don't want to tell Strahd about that.
Killian will lead the horse after hearing that horses are rare. In fact, I think he'll be with Romer, but he'll be petting the horse and feeding it some rations if he has any.
And I'll just start walking over to him.
Okay.
I think Elvin, whenever he feels he has the opportunity to do it discreetly, would just drop a gold coin on the ground, hoping it helps one of these people that are.
God, you're so fucking pure.
Yeah, it's really hard to roleplay that because I'm a monster. Nah, I'm good.
This is Barovia. You know what happens is someone picks it up and then someone else stabs it.
Yeah.
Just
nothing good happens here.
No.
Yeah.
Alright, well, you drop it. And I forget, you're the only one walking over?
Oh, I'm walking over unless anyone else wants to, they can, but I'm walking.
You joining him or no?
I'm just going to subtract 22 gold and make it an even 1,000.
You're like,
we are unloaded, aren't we?
Assuming I have the opportunity to drop 22 discreetly.
I mean, you can just kind of do it as you're walking,
just wing them at people.
Yeah.
Like leaving a little gold trail
Kind of
behind
different
you.
areas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not necessarily in a trail, but just
Okay.
hoping someone finds this one, someone else finds
I
this
think
one.
you even
someone else
make
finds
eye
this one.
contact with some people, and you're just like.
Yeah. The saddest looking people.
I'll tell you, some people look interested. They also don't look like they're about to come anywhere near you. You kind of walk up. I mean, you understand the stance. You're impressed by this is a young man.
Yeah.
20.
But kind of fearless.
Kind of fears that he has the stance that you wouldn't expect from somebody, where he kind of repositions, doesn't look like he's about to fight, but absolutely.
But knows how to hold himself and is,
looks almost like an immovable object,
right,
that he's there. He looks still
is he wearing armor or heavy weapons?
No.
Okay.
He's got kind of the same clothes on, but young, looks alive, and looks strong.
I think the only weapon I have showing is like a short sword and a dagger, currently. And then just I split that a little bit.
He doesn't have any on him, and he's kind of standing, arms behind his back. Hello?
How are you doing? My name's Roma. Nice to meet you.
Roma.
Elvin.
Everyone here seems a bit afraid.
They should be. Though I don't know how much I should speak to you, considering your friend and patron here.
Well, just necessarily call him a friend. He's more, at least for me specifically, he is a, hopefully one time, acquaintance. I'm a traveler.
I know. You're not from Barovia. And everybody else is a traveler. Though their traveling mostly stops when they get here, I'm afraid.
Well, that is what I understand. But, either way, if we're going to stay here, I'd like to understand the lay of the land, places to go, places not to go, places to avoid, danger spots. I have this magnificent map that the Count gave us.
He's like, okay, no problem. He's like, danger spots? And he outlines the entire map. He's like, all of this is where you don't want to go, pretty much.
Well, there have to be some hot spots.
He's like, yes. He's like, there is.
Should I try to persuade him?
No,
Give us
in fact, he seems to add it up. I mean, he seems perceptive enough looking at you. Elbin also helps with, I think, just a sincere, genuine look. And in fact, he does look at you. Okay.
You're welcome.
You're in Barovia. He's like, this is Wallaki. It's the biggest town. Don't cause trouble in Wallaki. Like, always seem happy when you go there. If the guards come, just smile.
I can do that.
Like, they put you in the stocks if you don't smile.
Okay.
He's like, this church and the one in Wallaki are holy ground. Not even Strahd can enter them, allegedly.
Why does he keep them standing? Why couldn't he just burn them down or send wolves in, or werewolves, or whatever?
Some people say he likes to play.
Interesting.
I think it's because he's not as strong as some people say. Oh, he's strong. He's a devil. But I think he has more weaknesses than other people know.
Good to know.
He's like, this is Kresk. It's a walled city, the safest place. Good luck having them let you in. He's like, but the abbot is there, apparently. Again, holy ground, should be completely safe.
As I'm looking around the map, are there any markings that he has on the map other than the cities?
It looks like the tower that you're going to is drawn in.
Right.
You see a couple other towns that haven't been mentioned yet. You see mountains. I mean, it is still pretty standard map.
Are there any villages on there that are on the map that he hasn't talked about?
Yes.
I'll start just, however many there are, I'll start pointing to one more.
There's really only one more.
Okay.
Was it Berdusk?
Yes.
Perez? No, it's Perez.
Perez.
Alright, he's like,
Nice.
He's like, that? Probably wouldn't go there. He's like, that's Perez. It's taken over. Bad witch lives there.
The witch?
The Baba de Saga. They say she lives in mist. Scarecrows watch the place. And that her hut is on top of a chicken leg. If you believe those, but I believe them.
Interesting.
Or on vines.
They're on big tree vines.
They're on big tree vines. Somebody said chicken leg.
Yaga was chicken
Somebody
leg.
a chicken leg, others say it's vines. I've never been that far. Nobody goes to Perez anymore.
I'll point out the tower.
Like,
What about that?
news to me.
Interesting. And I'm just continuing to, I got my information, but I'm continuing to, point around and... What about that? I point to, a dell, or, maybe where another lake is, and
He kind of points. He's like, "That's like Beratok." He's like, "That is Mount Gakis. Nobody comes back from Mount Gakis."
All right.
That's what I know.
Yeah, that's very helpful. Thank you.
Thanks. What are your plans here? Just curious.
Well, our getting here was not our preference, to say the least. It seems that getting out might be difficult, if not yet impossible, from what we understand.
It has been.
I like to think that there's hope.
Do you stand against Strahd?
I think it would be foolish to stand against him right now, don't you?
Maybe.
Suicide, seems pretty powerful.
If it was just the three of you, maybe. But what if it were more? Hypothetically, what if it were more?
Well, I'm a survivalist. I'm going to be frank with you. Allying myself currently with anyone who might be against his aims, I don't think would be in my best interest until I get a better lay of the land.
Fair enough.
Which is why I'm asking for this information.
Well,
I mean, obviously, I'm lying.
Okay.
I mean, let's be honest. I am. So
you go ahead and roll deception then, and I will contest with.
Are you lying in a way that you want him to know you're lying?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm trying to lie so that he doesn't. And in fact,
he doesn't.
I'm gonna.
Oh, roll with disadvantage, or are you rolling at advantage?
Either I'm just gonna roll the dice.
I rolled pretty shitty. No worries. You go ahead.
I'm still gonna do it because I don't want Strahd to see through this.
Yeah.
Also, thank you, Coach. That was one of those last ones. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Whoever that one was a 19.
Okay.
So
that
22.
That was you. He's like, no, he completely believes you.
Okay.
He's like, fair enough. Well, get the lay of the land. He's like, there are other people you might meet who are not as afraid as everybody else, like me. And there are other travelers who have come here who are very powerful. Very powerful.
Good to know. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time.
All I've had is time. Hopefully not much longer. I'm Doru, by the way. My father runs this church. Danovich.
Fucking heartbreaking. Every moment of this is pain to me.
Well, I wish you the best. Sure nothing will happen to you.
Definitely won't be murdered in a year.
Okay. Well, be careful. Your friend over there, is he a wizard?
Well, he can handle himself.
Interesting. Okay. Good luck, Roma and Albin. Try not to die. Fun fact, if you die, your ghost walks up there every night.
It's quite disturbing.
Doesn't sound fun.
I doubt it is.
It's alright, I've died before. Now they just turn around and walk away.
That does strike them. We're going to go to our first break with that as the characters prepare to leave the village of Barovia for greener pastures.
Yay!
Keep in mind, if you're just tuning in and you missed it, we are 4 followers away from 1,000 followers. And as soon as we get it, we'll do a giveaway with the first of many prizes that we'll be having on stream. So, if you just tuned in, you feel like giving us a follow, please do. But everybody help keep an eye on it. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Hey everyone, and thank you for tuning in to us here at Castle Mac. We're so happy that you came. The point of this video is just to do a little bit of housekeeping on the break. That way when you come back, we can just jump straight back into the action with whatever show that you were watching. If you're watching us live right now on Twitch, you can go ahead and mash that follow button up here. If you're watching us a little bit later on YouTube, you can mash that subscribe button right down here. We stream live on Twitch on Tuesdays and Sundays, both at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and we try to upload our videos to YouTube about 48 hours later, so you can follow us there, youtube.com/CastleMac. If you want to talk to us outside of our streams, then you can go ahead and follow us on Twitter. Sometimes we post schedules there if we're going to be streaming in between. We have some friends of ours that stream on our channel, the Macolites. We also do a Marcha-style campaign with some of our friends in our Discord, and that happens periodically. So if you want to know when, you can just follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handles are all CastleMac and then our first name. You can follow me, I'm CastleMac Lydia. You can follow Raven. You can follow our DMs, Stephen and Johnny. You can follow any of us and you can find our names right underneath of our characters on our nameplates. So we would love it if you would follow us, and you can find us on our other streams there. And also if you want to talk to us off of Twitter, you can follow us on our Discord. We have a Discord server. You just go to our Twitch channel, scroll down a little bit, and you can follow that link. We are there pretty much all the time. There are people from all over the world, so no matter what time you're chatting, I guarantee there will be someone there to chat back at you. It's so much fun. Everyone there is so nice. And I just want to talk now a little bit about what goes on during our Twitch streams. So for every 500 bits donated or every sub, we get a divine reroll. That is basically the gods saying, you can re-roll that terrible d20 roll that you just made as a player. If you roll badly, you can re-roll that and hope for better. But also, if the DM rolls really hot and it's gonna hurt us, we can make him re-roll that in hopes that he won't hurt us quite so badly. So it's great. And with those bits, it allows us to upgrade some of our equipment. We've been able to get new microphones, so we sound so much better than we used to. We have these lapel mics. We're hoping to get some new cameras in the future. And with those bits, we're able to pay artists from Twitter that we find to do character portraits. We found some on Facebook that are really great. We've been able to commission a new theme song for our Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign. The art looks amazing, and we're so happy to be able to give that back to artists that we found. So with that, we are so happy that you are here. We are so thankful to have you as a viewer and a subscriber and a chatter in our Discord. We hope that you will stay around, because in the next few minutes, we'll be coming back to whatever show you're watching. We're so happy that you're here. So thank you so much.
Welcome back, viewers. As I may have mentioned before, if the name Strahd von Zarovich doesn't send chills down your spine, it just means that you're ill-informed. But that's why I'm here. Barovia is within the Dread Realm, a prison. Not all of its population chose to be there. And our characters are preparing to set out from Barovia Village across the realm. I'll let you guys have just come back to the wagon in case you want to have a conversation.
Did you turn anything up? This is me brushing the horse.
I'll kind of look back and see if he's gone inside, or if he's still watching us.
He is going inside, and in fact, now you see what clearly looks like almost monk or priest, like a kind of big, like bald man, and he's got the kind of typical like brown robes with the rope tied around as you can see the family resemblance, and you see the priest looking almost concerned, like.
Okay, cool. As he's distracted, I'll take the map out, and I'll say, well, I know where the Babel Saga is. Right here, this abandoned town. Since
Good
some
work.
kind of witch.
Of course she is. Excellent.
How is it in relation to where we're going?
So,
Or actually, I should say, it's in relation to where Strahd's castle is.
So it looks like you're going to travel north. There's and you see clearly the biggest is Vallaki.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's basically west from there. And it's not far. It's maybe a
So like
day.
southwest of there?
Actually, probably a little northwest. But
Oh, really? Okay. For some reason I thought it was south.
maybe it's southwest. I don't remember, but it's northwest now.
Sorry, what were you in
Fact
relation
check.
to? What was where?
Beres-
Get this sorted.
Vallaki, I'm saying Beres is west from there.
Perez was south.
Yeah, I thought,
It's south. So it's closer to you guys actually than Vallaki is.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's south of Arginvostel, which is south of Valakia.
Right.
Oh, I was thinking Arginville, so it was north of Vallaki.
Nah.
No.
Thanks, man.
I got you.
Yeah. Anyway, geography aside,
Right.
it's not that far.
Right. Okay. That's all I need to know. Alright, well.
We have to get that information. The only way he's going to give us access is if we do what he's asked.
I know.
I hate it, but let's swallow our pride and get going, because if we don't,
I don't intend to kill him.
we couldn't.
We'll just knock him out.
I wish you luck.
I'd like to kill him.
No. The doctor.
Oh.
Doctor, I thought you were talking about Strahd.
No.
Define your pronouns.
He said that he was expendable, but not...
No, I don't.
He didn't
I'm just saying
say
I don't intend to kill the doctor.
No, of course not.
Unless.
Well, yeah. Let's not prescribe anything yet until we've at least met him. Breathing life into corpses isn't exactly something. Although
what?
Oh, nothing.
Speaking of corpses, some of the people in the town are different. I don't know if you noticed, but they did not seem alive.
I think something more.
He's asking you that. I mean, there's a small population here.
They may be, but they seem not alive. Not
more akin to
full.
some kind of stress. Some kind of...
Maybe they've seen too much.
No. I mean, I get the sense that it's different than that, right? It's like
Different than that. You can roll, basically just make it an intelligence saving throw, essentially.
Okay. 13.
You're kind of looking, and you see some of the same what look like automatons. It almost reminds you of like these kind of undead servants, with the exception of like, I mean, they're definitely not
breathing.
dead, and they're breathing, and it.
Yeah, he'll study it for a second and be like, well, they're certainly biologically alive, but I think they're lacking the spark of life.
do you think it's what the doctor does?
I couldn't say. Maybe. But Strahd made it sound like the doctor's research wasn't quite complete, and there's more than one of those walking around.
I guess Strahd would notice too.
We just need to do what we need to do and get out of here.
I agree.
The longer we stay together, the higher the chance
Keep our
that we're
heads
not
down.
getting out of here.
Grit our teeth. Maybe we can come back and help these people some other time.
I think when he's talk about helping the people, Elvin grabs his coin purse somewhere and
I follow behind him and pick one.
I kill you.
Somebody's dropping money.
Elvin, your bag's
As we're
got
in
a
the
leak.
mountains here, there's the coin you dropped.
We need to make a comedy version of Barovia. Let's do it again.
In fact, I might just do it, but just with my own coins. Just to mess with you. Take 22 coins out and hand them to you.
Well, I think he's trying not to let anybody see either of you.
Yeah, he's doing it.
So you can't do that.
As you look back and as you're heading out, you do see a couple people almost scurry into the road and start grabbing them. Also, thank you, Gidwish, for a subscription.
Thanks,
Oh, wow.
Gidge.
Thank you. Does that count as a follow?
It does not, unfortunately. Gidwish is already following.
Already
RVA
following.
crew right there.
Yeah. So I think we're still 4 away, y'all.
Hmm.
You guys head out. It is high noon and not a bright day.
And we can't tell.
It is overcast, and the clouds look like those just almost storm clouds, but never quite enough.
Elbin. Strahd said there's not many horses here. Is there anything you can do for this old nag? She's certainly seen better days.
You could put a hand on her, and is there anything I can do for the horse? I mean, with my, she's not hurt, but I would talk to her, I guess, and I forgot I can talk to the horse.
Yeah, go ahead and roll animal handling at advantage, in fact.
Okay. 17?
Yeah. I'm going to kind of roll in a medicine in there, too. You're talking, and again, you're just almost talking to, you understand that the horse is overworked, is generally, seems like it's been in an oppressive environment where it no longer has fear, but you kind of sense that there was so much fear at one point, the only way that it managed to live was to just kind of continue walking on. As you kind of brush down, though, you feel yourself connect. And you can feel that you're channeling some of your energy into the horse. It feels younger.
Nice.
It feels reinvigorated. And, over the course of maybe a couple hours, you see the horse's coat kind of change. Like there's just a shimmer to it that looks healthier as Elvin has continued to kind of whisper in the ear and pet it.
And it's pulling a cart, right?
It's pulling the cart, yeah.
Could you do that to me, too?
Actually, I was going to ask, is there anything you could do to make the cart a bit easier to
Yes, I can help with that. Unhitch her. I will cast Tinter's floating disc on the
pull?
cart.
Trying to remember what it's called, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Horse is free. We'll just let it go with us.
You kind of lift it up, and the cart
How much weight does it hold?
500 pounds? I figure a cart. I mean, you said
a wooden cart. Yeah, it's nothing.
I think that's probably reasonable.
And it's not like a big wagon.
Yeah, it's not like
it's
Right, a Conestoga wouldn't be on...
no Conestoga.
Constitution class wagon wouldn't be.
Can you put the cart before the horse as we're walking?
You can.
You can, in fact, on this one.
No, not with tensors. It floats behind you, so you literally cannot put the cart before the
But
horse.
the horse could be way behind that, right?
Okay, yeah, that's a fair point. But then we're super spread out. It's not defensible. Ill-advised.
Okay.
Slash kick.
As you guys are walking, you see a couple sights. You're all keeping an eye out for danger. A few, it seems like in some of the woods, you almost looks like you see some wood elves, potentially. But they look ashen, just as they're...
Disappear.
Yep. You pass, on your left, a large windmill that looks just decrepit. And there's almost looks like torn rags, and just...
I don't know why I want to stay away from it.
I'm good.
It's probably fine.
Okay.
Let's go check it out.
I believe you.
While, as you kind of get over a hill, though, and you're kind of looking back down on it, you see a couple people heading towards it, in fact. Some people that are kind of looking around, scratching, looking nervous, and they're kind of running towards it. Some of them look like they're arguing, and they're headed that way.
Any of the ones that grabbed his gold?
Yeah, actually, we'll go ahead and say that. A couple of them that you recognize are...
Welcome to Barovia!
Oh, I love it.
All good things turn to ash here.
Thank you.
Andrew figured.
Not all of them, but some of them, yes.
Well, I have no idea what's there, so I'm just gonna... It's fine.
Yep.
It's definitely not fine.
Narrator, it was not fun.
It was not fine.
Let me believe.
It takes you... Actually, it only takes you really a couple hours with kind of the horse and the speed that you're moving. You reach Valaki.
I'll dispel the disc before we get there.
Got it.
It's a little conspicuous. I think I'm also... I'll keep Anarchy on my shoulder. I was going to dismiss her, but I don't think he does that. Nobody puts Anarchy in a pocket dimension.
As you get closer, around the large walls of Valaki, there's a large gate, too. There's a number of ravens. And you've seen a lot of ravens. And Anarchy is, the whole time, and especially now getting closer, curious.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would telepathically, without words, probe why she's agitated.
I mean, you understand the basics. We're like, those both are ravens and are not ravens.
Not so Raven, then.
Not so raven.
I'm going to give Andrew my inspiration for that.
Can I take his away?
Why are we rewarding this?
I know. It's the wrong... it's incentivizing the wrong behavior.
It is okay. You guys are... You're good. You've done enough things to earn inspiration.
Thanks. To be allowed to
get a joke
Be allowed
inspiration.
to have someone give you one.
Did you reroll one joke?
If only.
I think Killian would be like, Anarchy has noticed something strange about those birds.
Do we need to go into that town?
I think we do. The road passes right through there,
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
I think we have to pass through. Now, what was it he said?
Smile. Alright, I'll take the front again, smiling as best I can. He doesn't have, like, the big, like, it's more like kind of a crooked smile.
Yeah, I
Kind
think
of like, hey.
charisma's high enough, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you just probably look like everybody's drinking buddy. There are guards kind of standing, but the gates are open. I mean, it's daytime. There are clearly people passing. Not many people passing by you to go towards Barovia by any means, but some people exiting this gate. Guards don't necessarily say anything to you as you're passing.
I'll just walk up to one.
Okay.
How you doing? My name's Romer.
Oh, hi,
I got your tongue.
I'm Stanilus.
Nice to meet you.
What's different?
Can you name all the guards in the town? You're like, oh, I'm Stanless.
Good to meet you. We're looking for, maybe a place to get a good drink. Wine, maybe?
She'd be like, well, wine. Well, if you want wine, you want Wizard of Wines, but...
Sure, yeah, I've had Wizard of Wine before. They're really good.
Oh, well, there's plenty of taverns, any one of them. I don't know if you'll find much... Well, no, you'll get some Wizard of Wines there. Gotta pay some gold. Not many people have that much gold.
What's the best tavern?
The
Blue Water Inn?
Blue Water Inn.
Sorry.
I knew it was water something.
We're such assholes.
Are there any other taverns?
Well...
Sorry.
Alright. Blue Water Inn's a nice one for travelers and whatnot. Since you're all clearly not indigenous.
No.
Just traveling. Thank you.
I don't like it here. I'm not a big fan of... Been in the desert for a while. Just tired of the heat, tired of the sun. This is kind of a relief. But he's just kind of like... Seems cheerful about it.
Well, that'll make the Burgomeister happy. If you feel like staying, we got a festival going on in a day or so.
Does it rain a lot here?
Yeah, I don't know. Every once in a while. How much does it rain other places? I wouldn't really know.
Well, we shouldn't be keeping the young man anymore.
And I'll just pat him on the back and kind of head in the general direction that he told us to go.
Yeah, they don't necessarily seem enthused, but they also don't seem offended. They're kind of like, well. It's fucking different.
All right.
I think Killian has a big, fake smile on his face.
Yeah, I think Elba's doing a really bad job, too.
Close your mouth.
Yeah, you see different. I mean, it's far more populated here. Mm-hmm. You see, strangely, there's it's the festival of the Crumpling Rose that's coming up. But you see them pulling off old posters, putting up this one over other ones, and there's town criers that are like, Festival of the Rose coming up, of the Crumbling Rose, like, everybody games. I mean, and
so we have to go through this town to continue the way.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to stop here by any means. The main road leads right through town.
And it's like 1 o'clock, you said?
Yeah.
Like, at this point?
Pretty much.
Okay. We're just going to keep going.
We'll just keep going. Yeah, we're not saying here.
Yes.
We're just going to...
You
skip cutscenes.
I'll smile and,
You see a couple people in stocks with ridiculous, like, almost look like crafted heads on donkeys or whatever else, or happy faces as they're all kind of sitting in the stocks. You see a large man walking around, and one of his arms is absolutely made of fire. And people are getting out of his way. He's like, yeah, that's what I thought.
Should we stop for a drink, let the horse rest, get some food on her?
Yeah, the horse hasn't been really doing much, has he?
No, but she's looking healthier.
I just really don't want to stay in the town.
All right. That's fair enough. On we go.
Onward.
So again, I'll be ahead of everyone. I'm not going to be like, hey, how you doing? Pow, pow, pow. We give everyone guns. But I will just, if I see someone, just give them kind of a
I
curt...
think you'd give everyone bows.
Bows, you're right.
What's up, man?
Ciao.
Most of the people seem maybe slightly better than Barovia Village, but they're still the general, like, people just seem fucking tired.
Do they all have big smiles on their face like they're supposed to, or...?
When some of them do, some of them are trying to kind of seem like they've, pulled themselves up. Other ones you see do not look good, but when guards walk by, they start smiling.
How is the horse? Does it seem needed?
Horse seems... Okay. No, doesn't seem like it needs a rest. I mean, you guys haven't had a breakneck pace or anything like that.
All right. We will not go to the tavern.
Just kidding.
Okay, you guys do see where the Blue Water Inn is. You pass through a market. There's a butcher shop that's all horse meat. Oh, I'm sorry, not horse meat. There's wolf meat.
Don't look.
There is a large church here, pretty much a cathedral here, in fact. It's, even though it would be bleak by any standards that you would know from home, compared to everything else, it almost looks more magnificent, in fact, because it almost seems to stand in absolute defiance to the world around it.
Awesome.
I think Alvin would be kind of enthralled with it. Like, just... No. That's all.
And you see St. Andrew's Cathedral, like, kind of marked in common. You see far more people going inside, but it's not much still. I mean, you would think that there'd be more. I think also having a look out, you see... Roll insight for me, everybody, if you would.
14?
16?
Both of you notice it seems like the young, or the kind of able bodies, that also seem like they're all Barovians. You see far more of them as you kind of pass alleys, all like...
Kind of whispering.
Talking and whispering. They have a similar look to Doru in a bit, but they're all kind of... It looked very clandestine.
Right.
And it's not happening in the open by any means.
Okay.
But you also pass a coffin maker shop. There's a couple of them. One looks a bit more prestigious. You pass a toy shop. It says Blinsky's as you take a look in. None of the toys seem like anything you could remember playing with.
Well, is no fun, is no Blinsky.
That is... Oh, 1 second. I'm sorry. I wanted to see for that. Thank you guys for the raid. We appreciate that, Encounter Josh.
Oh, Encounter Josh, what's up, my dude? Hey, Encounter Josh Raiders. We're 3, I think, follows
4,
away
I
from
think.
a huge giveaway. We got a giveaway, so if you guys aren't following and you feel like following, we will start a raffle as soon as we hit 1,000. We're right there.
We got a lot of gifts. So, if you feel like tuning in, but please stay while we're back to Barovia. You leave the other side of Valaki, unless there's any stopping that you want to do.
No, okay. We'll ride through.
Alright, so as you leave, come out the other side, you continue on your way. There's not many roads here, and the map you have is pretty easy to follow.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, comparatively. Just keep going. You keep heading up through winding roads. You see a couple that lead off, and you see street signs. Or not signs, but the post, where some are pointed to Kresk. You have a couple kilometers that it points one way. Whereas some people have crossed it out and just wrote "don't" underneath. Same. Solenka Pass, X amount of kilometers away, in different directions. But you know where you're heading. You're headed actually closer to Kresk, in fact. You see that it's on the way to Kresk.
Cool. Yeah, we'll head for the tower. How far away do we think we are based on how far we've traveled on the map versus how much appears to be left?
You think you are maybe a third or a quarter of the way there.
Okay.
It's actually...
Well, okay, so we left in the morning, and it was like 1 o'clock in Valaki. Do we think we're going to have to spend a night outside?
Yeah, actually, I think you might have to.
Cool.
I would say probably not. We'll probably be fine.
Okay, good.
I will summon a Jatha when we're outside of the town.
Tight. Twilight's Fallen, thank you for the follow. We're 3 away.
Ooh, thank you.
As soon as you're out of Valaki, you take a look at your blade? Or no?
I'm sure out of curiosity.
The shadowy form of your patron seems agitated. In fact, it does not seem to be paying attention to whatever you're doing.
Oh.
Typically, you have that, but it seems
to be looking around.
Like it's pacing.
Does it look like it's afraid of something?
Don't know that you could quite
well,
get
again,
that.
it's almost like a two-dimensional representation of him. So, and you always said that he always seems like he's like kind of on the edge of my vision when I'm looking at him.
I mean, though it's like a window, you kind of have seen a bit more that it seems to be pacing and agitated, and you get that general feeling. Actually, no, I think you have enough of a connection to know that it is an anxiety, and it's also maybe a thirst, potentially.
Okay.
Is there a town between where we are and the tower, or is that the last town?
That's the last town.
Okay, I think I'd make some moves.
How far is it to the tower? Am I guessing?
Oh, yeah, I guess I forgot in terms of travel.
Well, if you said we're a quarter of the way there, we left in the morning.
Yeah.
1 o'clock when we got to Valaki, it's probably...
It's a ways off.
Yeah.
More than an hour.
Never mind, I won't
It's
do it.
probably like 10 hours.
Ne'er you mind.
5.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
10
So
hours
yeah,
left for a third.
yeah.
Okay, never mind.
You got the wolves?
No wolves.
You got one over there.
Okay.
Travel we go. I'll recast Floating Disc. We're not making the horse work.
Okay.
This horse is getting a vacation.
Gotcha.
I think that makes Elbin cheery, just seeing the horse get a break, because I assume the horse is like, this is fucking... Oh, this is horse tight.
Best day of my life. Actually, you do, in fact. It's carrying no load. You've talked to it. Everybody has fed it. I think This horse is having the best day of its life. There is no question in your mind. It is elated.
Sweet. I think Elvin would be like talking to the horse most of the time, just like hearing it talk about whatever it sees here. I mean, I'm sure it's seen some shit.
Elvin, why don't you tell it? Let down its reins, let it run around. It'll come back to us. We've treated it better than it's ever been treated. Let it stretch its legs. It's what the beast is meant to do.
You're right. I think you'd say, you should run. Just keep us in sight. Do whatever you want. You don't get that much, do you?
Run wherever I like.
That's right. Just promise you'll come back to us.
I promise. For a large draft horse, it moves quickly. Kind of rears up, and it's the heavy stomping of hooves with all that weight from a draft horse as it just...
Does it mazy bounce?
Oh, yeah. You can see it kind of cutting over hills, and then you see it even picking up pace where it's doing those like quick darts. Wow. That is actually way faster than I expected. And it's kind of just... You can hear it neighing kind of throughout, and you can still feel the presence. It is great. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
I'm sure no werewolves will get it or something.
Sean, I don't care about any other characters in this campaign. Don't you kill that horse.
Kill Romer, not the horse.
Wait. Oh.
You guys kind of keep going. It's starting to get dark. It gets dark here quickly. You recognize that night's coming on. About, it's probably, you've gone for another 5 hours and now it's getting dark. So you are 2/3 of the way there.
Well, we should find a spot to camp.
All right.
We'll make sure we're safe for the night, at least.
As you're starting to slow down, you hear those hoofbeats again. Fast. You feel stress. You feel the horse stressed and afraid. The horse crosses over the hill and you can see it galloping towards you. Behind it, though, it doesn't quite look like it's chasing it. You see a small kind of humanoid figure who has a cloak full of, like, leaves, it looks like, who's just running as well. And you hear howls behind them. The howls of wolves. Though not quite wolves. Humanoid wolves.
That should be fine, right?
Yeah, humans are not friends.
Oh, mage armor?
How close is it? I mean, the horse.
The horse coming over is probably, I'd say, just the way the hill went, it's maybe 40 feet from you.
Oh, wow, so close.
So close. You don't necessarily see the wolves yet, though, but they don't sound like they're far away.
I will counter wolf if I have
Counter wolf? I cast counter wolf.
I'm going to mirror image.
Got it.
That's a good idea. I will too. I'll be like, right.
We look like an army.
Also mirror imaging.
So he's 40 feet from us?
At this moment, that you.
Okay, then I will...
It's running straight towards you.
Okay, then I will Spirit Bear 20 feet from us and 20 feet from him.
Okay.
So he'll get 11 hit points, and so will all of we.
All right. Do we
If I have
a
time
horse?
for all that, sorry.
Yes,
Yeah,
there is a horse. Of course.
Good.
It's on the top there, mounts and large animals. I got it. You want me to get it for you? I can do that. You keep DMing.
Will you grab the druid out of there, an old druid out of there, please?
Who's that? Oh man,
That's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, guys, I'm digging it. Yes, this horse is named Strong Petra.
There you go.
You got that, didn't
Best
you?
I could find. I know he's in there, but I couldn't.
All right, well, we're gonna use this one for that. For our unnamed druid that I'm sure none of us have ever seen before.
Here you go. Here's Strong Petra.
Just for ease, I'm gonna make them come in this way.
I mean, he looks panicked, right?
Him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He definitely does.
Even though I don't know if he's good or bad, I'm going to give him those 11 hit points.
He's fast for being so small and barefoot. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. We are.
Okay. Well, then I'll wait on that, I guess, since it's 20-foot radius.
It's a bonus action to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that much.
So, how far are the wolves right now? Let me move these conspicuous boulders.
Wolves are 60 feet away from you. Let's just say that. So let's actually count this out.
Where are the wolves? Get it? Because they're not wind wolves.
Okay, let's just roll some initiatives here, boys.
Cool.
Just in
It's
case.
just about why wolves.
Just in case some badgers come up and want to fight.
I'm going to say on an initiative count 20 Strong Petra's moving. I'm not going to have her roll initiative. She's
Nice.
booking it and has been booking it. Okay. Okay. All right. What are those initiatives, boys?
How's a 7, my dude?
Not good.
You got that flight stand? You can grab. I'll grab it.
Okay.
18.
Romer, 18. Killian?
7.
Yeah! Finally
17?
beat you!
Yeah, just a 17.
It's embarrassing.
Get that flight stand.
I gotta pull up my
Okay. Well, Romer, it is as you see it. Everything is coming towards you pretty quickly.
And do I see more than 3 or just 3?
Just 3.
Alright. How about they give me a deck save as I throw a fireball at them?
Ooh, neat.
Okay.
Let's say 14.
I'm going to try to get these as they lay in a line here.
Not great.
Well, 2 fail it, and the center one does not.
26. As he does it, I look over to you going,
I'm impressed.
well, they're watching you.
More often than...
And then as he kind of smiles, he all of a sudden the smile kind of goes away and he kind of just kind of shakes his head a little bit.
Yeah.
They... You can see them for a moment stopped, but as the kind of fireball is dissipating, they're running through, still on fire. The one in the center, in fact, I'm just going to put 5 feet ahead, does not. Looks just more angered, in fact,
Right.
a little bit bigger than the other 2. Very good. Very good. Killian.
Alright. Killian will step here, do the same. From out of the air and fling the fireball down.
Should have made more werewolves.
You can always bring more in, we wouldn't mind.
Every one of them passed, actually. Oh, no, your save is higher. isn't
My
it?
save is
47.
15.
A 15. Okay, well, actually, the center one failed and these 2 passed that time.
Okay. I got 21, and I am going to add my power surge to the middle one, so he will take 25.
And the other 2 will both take 10.
Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ.
How do you kill all of them?
And as for
Y'all are
Anarchy,
powerful.
Anarchy's just going to fly over here a little bit, keeping an eye on it.
It looks like he's being chased by them.
Yes.
Okay. I'll just get behind us.
I'm like...
Oh, what did he say? Oh, okay.
Wow.
I don't know if I could pull Hedge's voice back out again.
Yeah.
That took me a while to get to that.
Thank you, guys. 1. Utilitas Devin, thank you for the sub. Cranio Dad, thank you for another one of these.
Thank you. We got a bunch of these boys. Let's use them up. Thanks, guys.
They say it's for strong Petra, so...
Oh, yeah. I understand. Strong Petra. Best NPC.
I understand, too.
Yeah, I know you do.
Okay, well, you guys...
It's just a horse. That's awesome. That's
Just-
okay. There's nothing to understand, Andrew.
Fireballed the hell of it. Oh, I'm sorry. Strong
Just pay attention.
initiative count 20 she would have gotten behind all of you. Okay.
Sorry, Strong Petra is the horse that's been traveling with us?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Andrew.
Well, it suddenly got a name.
Right, well, no, actually, it would run that.
What about a werewolf, though?
What's that werewolf's name?
Man, I ain't gonna tell you his name.
Fluffy.
What's your name?
Fido.
Right, yeah.
That's that over there, that's Snuggles.
Oh, thanks. Nobody ever asked us our name. You trying to have a chat?
Werewolves, not swearwolves.
That is a... I
One of the
love
best
that
movies
movie.
of all time.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah, don't think about it.
All they do is completely just... The speed is
Fast.
terrifying
Right.
as they... And they completely ignore this one here as he's still...
Are they all right? Just stay there.
And in fact, he's starting to slow down. He is looking a little apprehensive. He's just...
That's good.
Sweet hedge.
But he is going to...
Die.
I'll show you your ass up.
He's going to cast a spell. Actually, this werewolf in front of you is making a save. It does, and nothing actually happens then. As you see him start casting, it doesn't look...
Do I see an actual effect come on?
It looks like you can see it's starting to almost freeze the arm, but this one kind of pulls through it. Elvin.
I guess I'll have my wolves go first. This one will attack the one in his face.
Did you do the bear thing or not?
No.
Okay, I had the 11, so I'm gonna take them off.
Take those off, you
Cool.
scoundrel. It's hot. So if I move him, will I get pack tactics, or do I have to do the whole turn of one at a time?
It's at the time of the attack.
I also forget that they're big boys.
They have to just end with...
I can get here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're just both gonna attack with packy tackies. First one, that's gonna be a hit. Yeah, 2d6. Yeah. Okay, for 14. And the other one, crit.
What?
What about some wolves though? Wolf on wolf, hot wolf on wolf action.
A wolf crit.
And a terrible roll. 14.
This is why people house rule how crits happen.
Yeah. That was disappointing.
My dude. This must have gotten bumped. You've been off screen there for a
man.
minute. Or the zoom looks like it changed.
I'm up here.
Okay.
Look at my watch.
Thanks, y'all.
And then Elbin will... so this guy's on Romer, right? Wait, no. I'm so mixed up. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then Elbin will use his enhanced druidcraft on that guy.
Smokes. Carapace, thank you.
Oh, thanks, Carapace. Roll that with disadvantage. Roll this.
16
enhanced druid.
16 con save disadvantage.
Yep.
Absolutely fails.
Nice.
And which one was it?
The one on Romer.
Okay.
Friends before wolves, that's what I always say.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys have probably heard me say it.
Yeah.
So 2d12. You're so nice to me, Sean. for 12 damage and disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay. You see the ground underneath this start splitting open as it looks like thorns start kind of wrapping and raking down the fur as it just...
I don't have to look back to know it was him.
Yup. Whew. Okay. Well, Romer, it is your go.
Alright. Attack him.
Thank you, Arasavad.
What's up, Sarah?
22.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that hits.
Roll with crit weapon. So 12 on that one. And that is a 15 on that one.
That you rolled to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Check out my Strahd-themed Arasavad dice tray.
And that's another
you seen this?
13.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. It is burned. It is being torn apart. You're just slashing right across it. Just... Still up. Killian.
Killian will move to the other side of this woof. Romer, watch out! I'm gonna cast a lightning bolt.
Oh,
but I'm gonna give Romer... No, it's gotta be a straight line.
Oh, it does? Oh.
I'm giving Romer advantage on the save.
You suck.
And I'm giving both of them disadvantage on the saves.
Romer's like, what? Holy shit.
Look out!
Is it... Can you go in 5 feet like that, though?
Well, I don't know.
Because I think we have.
I think if I do, I'm still going to hit Romer and the wolf. But
you are, but you'll hit all three of them.
I'll take you up on that, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let all of the werewolves roll with disadvantage, and I'm going to let Andrew's wolf roll with advantage.
You can roll that one. I got enough dice to go here. I'm going far over. Absolute fail.
What stat am I after?
Oh, no.
We
Dex.
failed.
Still a fail?
I'm a -1 dex.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody failed.
That's a 12 for me. I'm guessing that's a fail.
Even with advantage? Alright, sorry, boys.
That's okay.
Yeah, pretty
Thank you,
good.
Cubic Gamer, for the follow. We are 2 more away from 1,000 followers, y'all.
So close. Well, that is 27 damage, friends.
27 damage.
Yes.
So, I guess I should... Whites and grays.
Oh, you know what? I'm not even going to. My dude, will you explain to me how all three...
Well,
these
I
wolves
think
go?
Killian's mostly just like, Romer, watch out, I'm sorry! And just unleashes it, can barely control it, as they all three are encircled in what flames are still burning on their fur and licking tendrils of light.
I think as you yell it, he just kind of goes, what? With his -1 dex.
Yeah.
And so, the only damage we took was from our friend. But I'm going to give you an inspiration for sacrificing
That
your
was a
friend.
calculated risk. He's a war wizard, alright? Calculated risks in combat are what he does.
Wow. Y'all steamrolled that.
And suddenly, 3 more werewolves.
Yeah, wave 2 and 3 are coming. Actually, y'all, we're going to take just our second break for the evening because they did that way faster than I expected they would. So, we're gonna take our last 10-minute break and then we'll kind of keep going for a while.
Mechanically, should we long rest? Are we going to be able to camp right here?
I guess we can see.
Oh, man, that's so...
Son of a bitch.
I hate you.
We'll be back, y'all.
Sorry about that, Jeff. It's Maclore 1997, y'all!
Actual effects.
Yeah,
That's
they're
just
coming.
placeholder footage for the actual effects, which are definitely coming.
Absolutely, by the time you watch this,
Probably soon.
we'll be on, so
Yeah, we're good to
no
go.
worries.
Hey, today we're talking about...
House rules.
Yes.
Castle Mac house rules.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you have asked, and other people seem to have questions that some of these might actually be able to help with. It definitely helped us since we implemented them.
Yeah. Where do you want to start? We've got a couple that we'll cover, but not many. We tend to be pretty thoughtful about our house rules. We don't, I think we respect rules as written. We want to play the game close to the way it's intended. Yeah. I know that, right, the paradigm is, hey, it's your game, do whatever you want at your table. And I respect and love that, and I think we do, but also, you can have some unforeseen consequences when you start
limits on. Typically, when we change something to benefit, there is a limit to it, right. So it's almost a limited amount. I think the two things we'll talk about first are potions and short rests.
Yeah. Why don't you take it away? Which one do you want to start with?
Short rests, because that's probably maybe the largest change.
Yeah.
So short rests are with us about 3 to 5 minutes. It's enough time to catch your breath, to bandage yourself, but we limit them to 2 per long rest.
Right.
So there's not, I'm going to take another short rest, Right. That's it.
Yeah, it's great. We were sort of stressed out by some of the short rest-based classes, right? Fighters, warlocks, they sort of have this, there's almost this push to, after every fight, be like, hey, can we take a short rest? But, short rests were an hour. So a dungeon that might take 30 minutes of in-game time, throw in 2 rests, it's only 2.5 hours to clear this small dungeon. It just it didn't jive, right? It just didn't feel right.
And there's levels where it's difficult for every time to try to figure out how narratively an hour would take place.
Yeah.
Whereas, and given, I think those questions are still things you have to work out, and it's very easily, you can still make them like, no, y'all can't. You're still pressed. I still think the same mechanic can work.
Right. Yeah, it 100% can. And I think by limiting it to 2, it's now a finite resource that the party has to essentially call upon when they're ready. You sort of have, it's now a bit of a gamble.
The hit dice are still used.
Right.
Everything else is still used up. So it's not.
Because hypothetically, you could just short rest your way after every room. I mean, it might take you 3 days to clear a dungeon that's 20 rooms or something, but there's nothing to stop you from short resting. And in some ways, that's the way old school D&D was, right? We go in, we poke around. Okay, all right, let's go back out and camp at the entrance, but whatever. So it's worked for us. I think narratively, it's really cool.
It's something. It's something if you want to try. The other is potions. So potions we allow to. You can drink them on a bonus action. If you want to kind of feed them to somebody else who may be down, that's still an action to try to kind of, make it in and bring them back up.
Yep.
However, the same one have to choose to drink a healing potion or an action. I mean, it's a tough choice. Again, what we've done though is you can't buy 15 healing potions.
Yeah, we make them pretty limited. Players can't show up and buy a bag full.
No.
Typically, narratively, there's always a sort of governor on it. Typically, characters can walk around with 2 going into a dungeon. If they find more and conserve them, great, that's totally fine. But rarely are we letting anyone walk into a dungeon, spending every bonus action on a healing potion. And we wouldn't have that limit, I think, if they were an action necessarily, because you're giving up a whole action. Both of those rules we've been using for months now, probably 6 months.
If not more.
The potions even longer. The potions we've been doing that for like 2 years, and they've worked. It's worked spectacularly. I really like it.
It's only been beneficial changes. So I haven't had any complaints. It certainly hasn't broken anything that we've played or any of the larger mechanics.
No, they really haven't. Of course, our other house rule that you see all the time is our player-given inspiration. That, in many ways, I introduced that because I, as a DM, am just bad about remembering. I kind of get wrapped up when someone's role-playing. I'm like, I'm loving this. And I just don't even often think, oh, I should reward that. Yeah. So now the players can reward each other. It's not always used appropriately. It can be like, oh, you're about to fight? Okay, well, I'm going to come up with a quick reason to give this.
It's used strategically a lot, but that's not to say there are times when it is a chance for... And it's a nice break where when somebody does give it to somebody else, typically the rest of the group be like, I also loved that. So it's a way for you to honestly help each other out and reward each other for things that you genuinely think.
Yeah, and on the topic of inspiration, another house rule of ours is we just let it be spent after the fact to re-roll a die. By the rules, you're supposed to spend it ahead to get advantage on something, which is fine, but it just works really well, I think, rolling, kind of a re-roll after the fact. I don't know. I think that works the best.
Oh, are you filming?
Yeah. Oh. 100%. It's really a professional approach too. Like this is
obviously.
I mean, you guys saw the special effects at the beginning that we're adding in. So.
Clearly.
use?
We also, it's not actually a spoken part of the rule. We don't allow multiple inspiration rolls to be used quite frequently.
Yeah.
I think we typically only have like 2.
What do you mean?
Well, like you can't. I mean, say you have.
Because our divine inspiration.
But you can't be like, I'm gonna roll that a 5th time. I'm gonna roll that a 6th time.
Right.
There is kind of a limit at like 2 rerolls, unless you have maybe luck or something where you could continue to use that. Yeah. But for the most part, given that it's a reroll, it's kind of like, well, that was.
Yeah.
That was that.
That was your second shot.
So again, it's another way that we kind of limit it either way.
And again, that's worked really well. That's been fun. It's not always used in a manner that you might, but whatever.
But that's
fun.
okay too.
Yeah, who cares?
You want your friends to survive, and you want to do well. And as a DM, we typically are planning on somebody using an inspiration reroll.
Right.
So I have probably built in the fact that if I've done it well, you're going to need to use them.
And for all these things, we're like, yeah, cool. You guys get divine rerolls or whatever. I'm going to crank up the difficulty a little bit. So, we've got levers that we can pull to balance it out. The only other house rule that's coming to mind right now is the way I treat mounted combat. Which is...
I'll let you explain that.
Yeah, mounted combat rules as written is pretty... It's kind of all over the place.
It's weird.
And there was an article, or actually there was a video, I think that Jeremy Crawford did, and I frankly just don't like the way it worked out. The way it's supposed to work is intelligent mounts are supposed to have their own initiative, but that just gets to be kind of a pain, and it can be painful especially for characters like Wayland in our Strahd game, who is this, he's trained all his life to be a mounted, cavalryman, and he's got this horse that's trained, and it felt weird to have the horse be intelligent, so it acts on its own, or completely unintelligent, so it doesn't. So really, here's the way we do it. If you are mounted, your horse will act on your initiative, but you must declare whether it acts before you or after you, and it has to complete its entire turn before you do. So that means your horse can't ride up, you make an attack, and then your horse ride off. Now, there are ways around that, which we can talk about in a second.
It also stays. Your decision in the beginning of that choice is the remainder of that combat.
Right, you don't get to switch it up. Every time you roll initiative, you make that decision then and there and stick with it. So the only other change I have is I do make the distinction between an intelligent and an unintelligent mount, except it's more like a trained mount and an untrained mount. But intelligent, I think, would functionally be the same thing. So a trained or intelligent mount, the only difference is it can take the attack action. So on its turn, it could move up and attack, and now it's your turn mounted. And I did this just because, again, the initiative order being what it is, if you're riding on an intelligent mount, just weird stuff can happen that don't feel real, right? It kind of hurts the verisimilitude of it. And so now, let's say hypothetically, I'm a knight, I've got a lance, and I want to ride my horse past the enemy and attack the enemy as I ride past. Okay? Here's one way you might do that. My horse is going to go after me. On my turn, I am going to hold my action to attack as soon as I'm adjacent to this guy. Now my horse on its turn moves up, gets adjacent. I now get to make my attack.
It has triggered the action.
It's triggered my held action, and now the horse rides off. It sounds complicated, but I think it's much less complicated than it is if you play it rules as written. And it's worked swimmingly for us we did that probably 18 months ago. So, I think that's it. Any other house rules that we can think of?
Not that I can think of, no.
All right, great. We're going to go ahead and roll the credits here. There's Andrew gets credited right there, as you can see. We'll see you next time on Mac Lore 1997, y'all. Hey everyone, welcome back to Mac Lore 1997. Actual special effects to be added
get that
later.
In post.
Yeah. Neon.
If you see that and it's not in there, just remind us that we didn't do it in post.
We will get to it. So we're going to talk about
Open Thread.
Welcome back, everybody, from a werewolf fight that was really not a fight. As they
the putting down
completely obliterated those werewolves.
We basically put them to sleep gently.
Werewolves.
Oh,
they got. I'm half proud, half disgusted. Okay.
What has immediately just happened is the werewolves have pretty much disintegrated in a lightning bolt, as well as Romer still has electricity vibrating.
Killian would immediately run over to you and be like, Romer, I'm so sorry about that. I didn't mean to catch you in that, but look, you read what happens if they bite you.
I can't really see right now.
Over here.
Okay.
Over here. Who is that? Someone who loves you. Sorry.
Boba Fett. Oh wait, this is from Ritsuki. Thank you for the subscription.
I do get it. I honestly do.
They were going to bite you. And
Fuck, that hurt.
I'm sorry. It hurt them too.
Yeah, I feel like it hurt me more, but they're dead if I'm not.
Can you do something for me, Melvin?
Guys, this is the only time I'm going to cut you off ever during role-playing. We're at 1,000 followers.
Oh!
This monument!
Yes!
Wow.
Who was the final?
Thank you,
follower?
Coolry.
Cool.
That's
My book.
Wow. That's insane.
That's crazy. Oh my god, Cubic Gamer just gave y'all 2 of these too.
Oh, you guys are...
Y'all!
Listen,
okay, we're gonna start this,
The
so...
first giveaway is somewhat sentimental. This is from our friend Wiley Hobbit, who was literally our first viewer ever. The very first day we streamed, it wasn't even on this channel yet, Wiley was brought we were brought to his attention by our friend Grant Ellis, and Wiley has been one of our BFFs ever since. So
Was that during Strahd?
that was during the one shot where
We went to get Salos.
Salos in Hell.
Salos in Hell.
Salos in
Holy
Hell.
shit.
So this is a $20 tabletop loot gift card courtesy of Mr. Wiley Hobbit himself. This is awesome. Guys, we're going to be doing giveaways during streams for the next... I don't even know. There's so many giveaways. It's going to be constant giveaway party for like the whole month. So we will give away right now a $20 tabletop loot gift certificate courtesy of Wiley Hobbit. Let me make sure I remember how to launch this. Is it like that? Yes. The raffle is launched. Thank you guys. This is super exciting.
Yep.
We really appreciate
So
it.
yeah, you guys go ahead, follow that, type the join, please, and I'm going to continue on, and we will come back to that in just a moment. Unless you guys want to pause for 60 seconds.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Wow. 1,000.
Yeah.
And less than a year, right? When do we start?
We're coming up on it. We definitely
April,
started.
right?
Let's say March or April.
I think we started in March.
Yeah.
But that was before we had this channel.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
started on my personal Twitch channel.
Yeah.
And then we started up this channel, I think in March,
Pretty sure.
right?
It was right around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Zombie said we're the Oprah of giveaways. The D&D channel Oprah of giveaways.
Thank
There's
you, Zombie.
nothing under your seats.
Zombie's the Oprah of Divine Advantage roles.
Yeah.
So, we love you.
Yeah, just a gratitude, y'all. Thank you. Thank you for all 1,000, or even if you don't follow and you're just tuning in. I mean, honestly, just stopping by to watch is
And
crazy
honestly,
enough to
even
me.
just like the Discord, it's just so nice to be in a channel where it's not caustic. People are helpful. You know, there'll be debates that gotta go back and forth about different, issues, but nothing.
Yeah, but they're always respectful.
But they're always respectful. There's no BS outside stuff that really gets brought in. It's just really refreshing.
We're very fortunate.
Yeah.
Very cool people.
And forgotten, it's going to be a giveaway each stream coming up.
Yep.
And so we have potentially multiple ones on a single stream, depending.
Yeah, we'll do multiple. Basically, I have to reset the raffle, otherwise I'd have to sit here and be doing it constantly. So what I'll do is, basically from here until we're out of stuff, during the breaks, I'll reset the raffle. So we'll do a raffle probably 3 times per show. We typically take 2 breaks.
Wow,
so.
that much stuff.
Yeah, there's an image somewhere floating around. You guys can check it out. It's on our Discord. There is a ton of stuff, including the final giveaway. Let me show you this. Also, my mic isn't even plugged in. I don't know how long I haven't been plugged in.
You probably can hear it through ours, hopefully. Oh, that. Oh,
This is the final giveaway. Let me plug my mic in so you can actually hear me.
So I think it's only fair that we get to go in on this raffle too, right? That's fair, right?
I should probably just get it.
The final giveaway are these beautiful
Oh my god, I love that.
special edition cover D&D core books. This is from our friend Chancellor87 is his username. Eric, an old friend of ours. But there are so many ridiculously cool, generous things to give away. It's insane.
All right, let's get back to playing some D&D.
Thank you, Zombie, for 2 more.
Zombie.
You better throw a fight at us, man. We gotta burn those up.
I do, and in fact, we're going to get back to it because with all of this, I really want to get to what might be a combat.
Awesome. Okay.
All right, so with that, this tiny, gaunt, wild, white-haired man comes up, and he is petting a petrified mouse.
That's right, I forgot.
In his hands, kind of taking small, unassuming steps. He's like, hello.
Oh, are you all right?
You're pretty fast. You look kind of old, though.
I'm pretty old. I am also fast. I'm also not typically out in the open when werewolves are, but I was talking to Strong Petra, your horse. And, we were having a conversation, and I was drinking this wine.
Oh.
You can speak to her too.
Yes, I'm a druid.
Me too.
Oh, you are?
I am. I'm Elvin.
Oh, I'm Hedge. HGE.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Oh, you too. Not many druids around here that are still together.
I hope to stay that way.
Mm-hmm. Did you? Oh, I thought I heard something.
I think you put a hand on her shoulder and be like, it's alright.
Bony ass shoulder.
Well, you can stay with us for a time, if you'd like.
Well, I've got some more wine, yeah, if you like some.
Oh, I've got wine. You help me. I'll give you. This is the Wizard of the Wines. They're my friends.
They're your friends. We've heard this name, the Wizard of Wines.
Oh, it's a winery here. The only one.
Just a winery.
Yeah, just a winery, pretty much. You can roll insight if you want.
I mean, I don't know that he would know, other than why is there a druid?
I think Yeah. You go ahead and let me just.
Insight?
Yeah.
It's an 18.
That's pretty good. He's like, you can tell that he is also just kind of like he's holding something back. Like, yes, he's telling the truth, but he's also holding something back.
Does he seem afraid?
A little bit. Like,
At least
maybe just
anxious.
unsure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Gotta make sure the raffle's all good.
Yep, still going. Yep. You can tell that there's something else.
I think he'll just kind of look quizzically. But, well, thank you for the generous offer.
He looks at Anarchy. And then he looks at all of you. He's like, are you with the Keepers?
Funny you should ask.
Keepers?
The Ravens. Right? I don't know. Is that a leap? Is that a stretch for Killian, knowing that we saw the weird ravens?
He did just look at the raven.
Okay, all right. You tell me if it's too much of a leap.
Killian's pretty smart, right? He's pretty intelligent.
Smarter than me.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it.
I didn't notice
He is
that.
smart.
Yeah.
And,
All right. So I think Killian would say that, like, the ravens.
Being that he now doesn't know if you're with the Keepers, he's like,
Hedge.
mhm.
We aren't with the Keepers, but we're friends. You can be sure of that. We just felled these beasts. We're not from here. We don't wish to be here long.
Okay. Yeah, the Keepers are the ravens. We're ravens.
Were ravens.
Mm-hmm.
no, there's such a thing.
It's in the book. Though you've read that were ravens don't seem to suffer the same, like,
Madness.
madness.
Yeah. Huh. And what do these keepers do?
Gather information mostly. There's a network of information. They keep an eye on Strahd. And other things. All the evil things.
Well,
everything.
Information's certainly something we're interested in as well, and we'll be happy to share any.
Okay. He sits down to kind of pulls out some food. Looks pretty measly.
Will you be staying with us tonight?
Mm-hmm. It's getting dark. Yep. How shall be here?
I'll cast. I'll sort of. If you can keep him company, just need a little bit of time.
Sure.
Cast the old tiny hut.
He's like, you look strong.
Sure. You don't, but
No,
I did see you casting some spells.
Mm-hmm.
You said you're a druid.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Not much to make grow here. So.
It is a strange place.
Mm-hmm. Been here for a long time.
assuming you know no way to get out of here then.
No, there's no way out of here. Absolutely. That's why you have to hide.
Well, that does make sense. Question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about the Marble Saga?
She is...
She's a witch, from what I've heard.
Mm-hmm. Like the best witch, the strongest witch. She says she's the mother of Strahd.
That seems unlikely. If you walk into her lands, will she attack you instantly?
I don't know. I don't walk in her lands. Maybe the scarecrows will get you, though.
Let's see.
They're watching. They're watching you.
We had heard about them. Okay, we'll steer clear.
They look like regular scarecrows, but they're not. They're...
Are they alive?
Alive?
But dangerous.
Dangerous, yes.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Hedge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You said you had some wine?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Pours the Wizard of Wine's wine. It's a vintage you don't understand. Clearly the years don't look quite the same here.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, it is different. It is very good. It feels soothing in some ways, whereas Strahd's wine felt
More intoxicating?
decadent and intoxicating, actually. This feels warmer.
Okay. It's quite good. Thank you, Hedge.
Thank you, Mets, and thank you for a combined effort of a number of people for another one.
Ooh, thanks, guys.
That is... We probably had, we had like 7 before this.
There's a lot.
That's like 15. That's insane.
Checking.
Oh, we got a winner.
We got a winner.
Is that right? Am I missing that, or...
Did I see it?
Yes, Party Wipe Games.
Party Wipe Games, congrats!
All right, Party Wipe Games, if you would just shoot me a private message, either here or Twitter or anywhere, just let me know, hey, it's me, Party Wipe Games. I will put you in touch with Wiley Hobbit, and you will get a code for $20 at Tabletop Loot.
Nice.
We're stoked. Keep watching our other streams. We'll keep doing giveaways. I am going to get back to this, though.
Yes.
Can the horse fit in the tiny hut, or I'm guessing?
It's a 20-foot radius, I think.
It can fit in the
It's a
time.
20-foot radius?
Yeah, it's a sphere.
It's a sphere, but even if it's diameter, 20 foot is
Still-
this room.
Right.
But you can set the center higher, can't you?
You could, well, but that would...
That would lower the area in the bottom.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. But either way,
Okay.
Yes.
Just making
Strong Petra
I think
is within there.
can fit, yeah.
Otherwise, I'd sleep outside with the horse, but it's cool.
No, you don't want to do that here.
No, it's fine. There's
You don't
nothing
wanna
bad
do that
here.
man.
If you have anything specifically you want to ask Hedge will give you.
I'll ask him about the tower. Do you know anything about this tower? And I'll point it on the map.
It's like, yep. Man went in there. That's what the keeper said. They've tried to keep an eye on it.
What kind of man?
Just 2 arms.
Of course. Yes. Thank you. Hedge.
Thank you for that sub.
Jesus.
He's like, but there's been lightning on the inside, and
Trust me, I know what lightning is.
It's like,
How are you feeling on that?
Well, not so great, but
it's like there, but then also there's big, like metal rods on the top of it that weren't there before.
I see.
And sometimes there are storms and they strike it.
I've never heard of anything like that, have you?
A wizard of some kind. I didn't know.
But a shadow is around it now.
Shadow.
What do you mean?
I just have a bad
Like
feeling.
a creature?
No. Maybe.
You're doing a great job.
Okay, sorry.
Head is good.
Like, like when there's something rotting. Like, Barovia is already a shadow. But now it's like another shadow around that tower.
I think we understand.
Is there anything living around it? Animals? Anything like that?
Wolves? Pretty much just wolves.
Like these, or
No, like, the other wolves. Regular wolves, but Strahd has the other wolves.
all right.
Sometimes other animals, but not many. Mostly the wolves eat the other animals.
Okay.
Alright.
I think it could be a wizard.
Nothing desirable, it sounds like.
To be honest, I hope it's a wizard.
Yeah. Me too. I think we can deal with that. I hope.
It's not the wizard.
Who's the wizard?
The mage. He's going around right
The
now.
one that makes the wines?
That's just a name.
Oh, okay.
What mage?
There's a mage, a wizard going around, and he's gathering up people to fight Strahd. He's very convincing. He didn't convince me though, because
Smart.
Hedge is good at hiding. I've been here a long time.
Is he from here?
He's like you.
Are you from here?
No. I don't remember where I'm from. Not here.
Makes sense. Well,
You told me about the boy, maybe, or maybe not.
what do you mean the boy?
The conversation you had with the boy in Barovia?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering if,
Oh, that's the rebellion.
If we
kind of
could
thing?
discuss that.
Yeah.
If I have the in-character knowledge. to
Yeah,
discuss
no, I think I would have said so.
Yeah, I think
it,
Killian's wheels are turning at this.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's like, you mentioned the boy talking. I just mentioned this wizard. There's a rebellion brewing here.
I also saw some people in the city there.
You did?
They seem to be... I don't know. I got the feeling that they were planning something. Something that happened.
Should we hope? Andrew knows that's not a good suggestion, but
But I mean, I think we're all feeling that.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Strahd is very powerful, but
He can't be that powerful.
he could tip the scales.
he's doing such awful things. You see the way the people in the towns react. I hate to let it keep going.
Obviously, these keepers are the keepers working with the wizard.
Some of them are.
Could they put us in contact with him if he wanted to?
Maybe. I could tell them. They could talk to him. I've never seen this many people riled up.
And you've been here a long time.
Oh, yeah. A long time.
But you don't think they have a chance, or else you would have joined.
Nope. If they do, great. I would love it. But, me marching on Ravenloft?
Uprising against Strahd in his own land.
coordinated by an outsider.
Has it ever happened before?
No. No.
That actually gives me
Some people have come close to fighting Strahd.
That's different, though. That gives me some encouragement. He's obviously been here a long time. Longer than Edge.
The Strahd. Or the wizards.
Yes. To the Edge. Jesus Christ. Strahd. Yes.
700 years, I think he said.
Right. But if they have not done it, maybe they can do it. You understand what I'm saying?
I do. He could be complacent, or lazy.
Exactly.
Perhaps.
I don't think he's complacent.
Perhaps, though, acting isn't my strong suit. Staying in his inner circle and would be our best way to help.
I think that would be the worst thing that we could do.
Certainly,
He sees through a lot. That's what I'm worried about. If we decide to do this,
we should speak to the wizard.
I would agree.
We need to complete this job. Our own home is in danger as well.
Can we face Strahd with our new intentions and not have them seen through?
We'll see if there's any reason to think that we...
I don't think he's reading our minds. He's just reading our... Well, he's reading through any lies that we throw in.
Exactly.
If he has no reason to suspect us as part of this...
And even if he asks us, yeah, we've talked to some people, but if he demands that information from us, we could just say, no. I don't think it would be wise, but we wouldn't be lying at that
Could
point.
be our end, but...
Maybe.
Hedges.
I thought that was like... I thought that was Sean doing that.
I care about. Oh, it's Hedge.
Yeah.
Or was it?
But is there any left?
Is there any left? Well, something to think about. Either way. Hedges. If we wanted to contact the keepers, where would be the best place to contact them? In the town, or the Wizard of Wines?
The Wizard of Wines is good. Also, the Blue Water Inn.
Oh, we know where that place is.
Or North Danica. But, I'll go to the Wines and tell them you're looking for the Wizard.
No, don't do that.
No?
No.
I'm confused.
If we decide to do this, we need to do it on our terms. We have some dealings with Strahd right now. He might be able to see through these and endanger them. You don't want that, do you?
No.
We'll have the conversation after.
Exactly.
At this point, we've only heard about it.
Exactly.
Although that could still be more information than Strahd needs to know. It gives us some plausible deniability. I hope.
I mean, honestly, if you can read our minds, it doesn't fucking matter, does it?
Rebellion happens with or without you, I guess. Definitely without me.
Alright.
You're all brave. You're brave, though.
It's kind of you to say.
These people sound perhaps braver.
Or stupid. They haven't kept it all together like me. They're insane.
As he talked to his stone mouse.
There's often a fine line between brave and stupid.
I think Elvin doesn't even think Hedge is crazy.
No.
Just
You just see yourself.
This guy seems totally on the line.
Did a fly. Okay.
Alright, well, let's get some sleep.
Yes.
We'll head up there tomorrow. Edge, you know where we're going. I wouldn't expect you to want to come along, but...
I won't. Thank you, though.
You're welcome. Alright. Well, let's lay strong Petra down.
the horses lay down.
If you...
Yeah,
All
they
right.
can.
I mean, if you kind of coax them to...
Yeah.
All right, then I'll kick
You
her.
gotta be the horse
I'll kick her in the
whisperer.
legs.
Don't do that.
Strong Petra lays down. You curl up inside there. You all fall asleep. Wake up in the morning. Hedge is curled up next to you. And you didn't even recognize it. Just sleeping.
Oh, I miss Edge.
Edge was a good one.
Gets up.
Was.
He kind of shoots up, sees the daylight. He's like, thank you all. And just
off.
I will say, Hedge is not dead. He
Not,
never
no,
died.
He didn't die.
He's around.
one good thing.
Yep.
He's a backup character.
Yeah. We found a good...
And you've already met him.
That's right.
So when you die, I mean...
Another druid.
Yeah.
2 druids.
More wolves.
Druids and wolves. We should rename the stream Druids and Wolves.
All right.
Druids and wolves. You guys heading on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same deal with the sensor's floating disc for the wagon.
Gotcha.
And how far away do we feel we are now?
A couple hours. Okay. You guys continue to kind of head through. Takes you a while. You have to now go off the road. You're coming close to a lake. But you see it in the distance. It's pretty clear. It's a tower. It's got on each kind of level of the tower, it's maybe 100, a little over 100 feet tall. There's kind of gargoyles that come out like stone gargoyles sitting on these like edifices that kind of go up. And you see from the top, it looks strange. There's large rods of metal protruding at different angles out of the very top of the tower.
What's the weather look like?
Starting to look a little stormy.
You son of a bitch. How are we going to do this? Knock on the door?
If he's...
I mean, honestly.
as powerful, he would know we're approaching anyways. We can at least approach under the guise of friends. Maybe we don't have to fight.
Yeah.
Oh no. There's no point hiding it. You better tell Strong Petra to stay here.
I would.
Okay. She's like, mm-hmm. You guys head up to the door?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
I would ritual cast Detect Magic before we go.
Gotcha. Okay. Nothing at the... no. There's a little abjuration magic at the door as you get there, but it doesn't necessarily look... The entire place seems to be covered in some of it feels lightly illusion, some of it necrotic. It's tough to put your hand on. It's not a spell. You know what? Some of it's similar to Van Richten's Manor. A little. It's not the same, but you're like...
Just an area enchantment type thing.
It feels almost like... In fact, the feeling you have is if there was a miniature here and something put its hands right over top of it. That's this overwhelming feeling you get.
Right. Yeah, he would say. He would look at it and just... This place is certainly radiating magic. It feels a bit like Hedge described it. Shadow surrounds it. Like we're separate or surrounded, shielded. Can't put my finger on it.
Great.
As you get to the door, you see... You are not permitted to cross the threshold.
Are there any windows up top?
Mm-hmm.
How high up are they?
There's one probably about... It looks like there are windows that go up, but they do look like they've been boarded up. But they're probably 40 or 50 feet before they even start.
Okay.
Push on the door.
It opens.
I think I would. I'll say. Hope you'll forgive the more obviousness, but I want to feel safe. And then I'd just bring my wolves back, and they can just follow us.
Of course.
You guys want to lift that up for me, please?
We're bringing the cart in too, right?
Yeah.
Just take it off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the mat too.
And the map.
Give me a second, I'll get the battle cam set, boyos.
Oh, there's a battle. Okay.
Well,
I'm willing.
It's the battle cam. It doesn't mean there's a battle.
Right.
Necessarily.
Well, at least we'll have one encounter tonight.
Oh, I did enjoy zapping you. I apologize about that.
Wait, I enjoy it, but I apologize.
Well,
I don't think that's much of an apology.
You can do both.
Just a couple of these up here. Okay, as you guys enter the first room, and it looks like it's obviously a couple stories high up here, but this is not exactly what you see right away. This is just for later. As you enter the first room, it looks kind of disheveled. It looks like it at one time would have been kind of the receiving area. There's a couple tables. In fact, it looks a little bit like that living area in the lighthouse, where there are like the two tables set up. It looks almost like a storeroom, but it just looks ransacked. And the only thing that you really see is a staircase that clearly leads up.
All right. Let's be prepared.
I'm not going to have any weapons out.
Okay.
But I'll just start. Let's go. I'll just start walking up the stairs.
So what's your marching order?
First.
I'll go behind him.
Okay.
Wolves bringing up the rear? Or do you want me to bring up the rear?
I kind of want to make the wolves seem like they're not threatening and just like my companions.
Yeah. All right, I'll go second.
So I'm trailing behind you?
Yeah.
That's good. It protects you from behind.
Right.
True.
You guys head up. The second layer looks a bit more lived in. There's a lot of books lying around.
What books?
Do you want to investigate?
Briefly, especially with detect magic on.
None of them look magical, in fact. Not a single one looks magical. But as you look, a lot of them look like anatomy books. And some of them definitely seem like there were magic rituals, but they're crossed out, and there's questions, like marks here, and then some of them you see doodles that look like devices.
Does this look like research notes we're supposed to get?
It looks like research. It does look like research notes, but it looks like you'd have to. There's a lot much more to sort through in here.
It's not something we can just.
It's not like a small desk.
We would
it's
have
like,
to deal with him before.
It looks like somebody has obviously been alone, researching, maybe set something down, moved on to something else. Like, it doesn't look incredibly organized in this room.
Tiny hut. We'll just read for a while.
Done.
I'm sure he won't be able to do anything about it.
You guys keep heading up.
Tiny library.
The third level, Romer, you push past it. As you kind of open the door to this area, the smell's what hits you first. Corpses. It is a horror show in here. There are a number of bodies on just look like meat hooks on slabs, and they have various parts pulled apart. You see some that are sewn together in various ways. You see what looks like some attempts to make almost stronger legs by sewing 3 legs together.
I think Romer kind of opens the door and closes it. I've changed my mind about taking him alive.
What is it?
It is looks like a mortuary where he's taken pots, people, sewn them into other pots. It's not a good person we're dealing with here.
All right.
Go ahead and roll a perception, just while you look in the room.
Give me one of those.
Yeah.
So it works every time for me. 21.
21.
Thank you.
As you look, and then you kind of look down at the stairs, there's a bunch of grave dirt there that you look in, and you see what looks like coffins, and then you see also piles of clothes. Like old, rotting clothes that look like...
Like he's dug up graves.
Like, he's definitely... Whether or not you think he's dug up everyone, a lot of them look like they were dirty. And there's a lot of
there's some that don't look like they're dirty.
Yeah, some look like they're not dirty, and the wounds look a bit fresher.
Okay, that's
but you know what? I would say they look like more like animal wounds, though. Huh. They don't actually look like a sword or anything. I think you're like, that's a pretty nasty wound.
Right. Okay. He's definitely digging up graves. I don't know if he's using live subjects or not. Can't tell. It's grisly in there, though. I would not take chances with him, that's all I'm saying. Well, we'll see.
We'll be on our guard at least.
I'll close the door.
Okay.
Put a rag over my mouth.
Oh, man, I'll do the same. Pull my cloak up over.
Shemagh.
Yeah.
My shemagh.
My character has a shemagh now.
You hit the next level. It's a trap door. You know, where just set into it at the very top.
I'll do a little listen to it, see if I can hear anything on the other side.
You can. You hear somebody kind of shuffling around, and it sounds like they're talking to themselves. You hear sounds like metallic things, like cranks being cranked, pulleys being pulled. I mean, it sounds like somebody's at work in a workshop, and kind of like, I've got to readjust these.
And I'll look back. Quietly see if it's locked.
No, it's not.
Should we surprise him or make it seem like we're looking for...
I'll flip it open.
Okay.
Anyone up here?
He's like, how
you doing?
I'm well. If you've come to rob me...
I'm not a robber. I'm just looking for some shelter from everything that's outside of these forsaken lands.
Go ahead and roll deception.
Please.
Yeah.
17?
He's like, yes, well, a storm is coming as well. Come in. Come in. In fact, you've come on an incredibly special day.
What are you doing in here?
I'm a learned man, and this is an experiment I've had that's about to come to fruition. Are there more of you?
Yeah, a couple of companions.
Killian will climb up, looking around.
You see, you all pull in. He kind of steps back. You see papers strewn on a work table all over the place. You see,
and
devices.
I'm focusing on those, trying to
it's
not read them.
The biggest thing that you can't miss, though, is you now see those rods stretching up, and you see coils that are going down into what looks like a metal bed, and there's a stitched together large person.
Cool.
It's not moving, it looks like a corpse, but just powerful.
Friend of yours?
He's like, friend? Oh no. It's about to be my son. The first. Well, I'm Dr. Victor Mordenheim. You are?
I'm Elbin, and these are my pets. Don't worry, they mean you no harm.
Okay. Bit strange. You young man?
Oh, thank you for calling me young. Romer.
Killian.
You look learned. You're a student.
I am.
Have you ever heard of me, Dr. Victor Mordenheim?
I'm afraid to say I haven't, but I'm not from these realms. No doubt your work should have been known where I'm from.
They told me I was insane. They told me I was insane, but I'm about to do what not even gods have done.
Genius is often mistaken for insanity.
Indeed it is.
He says while glancing at y'all.
Imagine. He's like, it came to me, I lost my wife, you see, and I tried to save her. And I couldn't. And I thought, what if I could resurrect her? And I went to the churches, and I asked the healers, and do you know what they asked me for? Diamonds. Diamonds. I was a doctor, but I wasn't that rich of a doctor. I needed her saved, and they wouldn't because they didn't have the components. Foolish.
So if this works, are you going to bring your wife back?
Phase 3, yes. This is just phase 1. And it's about to happen now. You see, I couldn't break it. But then I had to start thinking creatively, opening my mind. You see him go over to his table and he picks up it's like a bottle, and he takes a rag and like, I had to open myself to the voices, you see. Lightning is starting to crack outside.
It's just you here.
He's like, you see him kind of looking off. When he turns back around, one of his hands seems to have gone limp, and he's closing one eye.
Are you alright?
He's like, me? The voice sounds a bit different. Oh, I'm just fine. The three of you have destiny surrounding you.
Is that so? How can you tell?
Oh, I see so much from where I am.
Where's that?
Chained, but not for long.
I don't follow.
You will at some point. Careful. At that point, lightning strikes the rods, and it flows down with a terrible sound. And the creature continues to get channeled into this energy. You guys go ahead and roll perception for me.
I'm going to move over to Killian and wait for him to kind of be distracted by what he's seeing. 20.
Also a 20.
Perception? How's a 22?
You bastard.
All of you see it. You see the doctor's body, his hand come back, and he open up his eye, and you see a shadow on the floor move across.
Over to the body?
Up into the body, in fact. And the doctor's like, it's already happening! How did I miss it? And with that, the creature steps down, closes one eye, but manages to that. I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative, please. As y'all are fighting, basically Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna probably not shoot lightning at that.
Never mind. It was too late. I was gonna have him roll a disadvantage.
Well, we'll get ready to.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what did we get, everybody?
8.
Good.
How's that?
Okay, Romer.
18.
Okay, Killian.
18's good.
No.
22.
22.
That's all right. I beat you once. I'm happy.
You got me once. I took a whole feat to have good initiative, alright?
So did I. It's still funny.
You have alert too?
I had to because I had a -1 dex.
Oh, because I get it from both alert and my class.
Yeah. It's bullshit.
I'm gonna say that this
Tight. Look at that thing.
table
that's awesome.
is smashed to bits.
Is that Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
It is played by Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
Actually,
in fact.
But a fully CG.
I don't think Hedge is in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is, though.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
He's a real badass.
It's a fully CG
Nice to see
Dwayne The
one.
Rock Johnson.
I'm assuming that's how y'all look.
Not some sweet boy.
I think Hedge is sweeter than you.
Man.
Okay, Mordenheim's monster. Killian, it is up to you. The doctor I did not put out there, he is not going to fight you. He's just like, I've done it.
Welp. I think right off the bat, Killian is...
Actually, before that, the doctor runs up as all of you are preparing. He's like, I finally done it. And the thing looks down at him and snaps his neck and tosses him.
And then just that.
Killian is going to back up against the wall, and as he does, just clap his hands together, and then as he spreads them out, his mirror images will span out from around him. Start with a mirror image here. I'm not trying to get my neck snapped.
Roll a d20 for me when you do that.
15.
Okay.
He's such a bastard.
You good?
Was that all
Go
bad?
ahead. Continue, please.
I like
that
Sean.
will be me, except I will have Anarchy. She'll just fly over here and kind of chill. If there's a high perch, she would land on something high up.
Yeah, I think there's easily one.
Okay, that's me.
Okay.
There's a bird feeder up there.
Little hummingbird thing.
From our knowledge of reading the book, is there anything we can know? Was there anything we would know about this thing? I'm assuming not.
I'll tell you actually that it was mentioned, but it looks very different. That it seems like a flesh golem, but this is far more complex than.
But it's not undead.
It's not actually. Yeah, it is no longer undead.
Interesting.
In fact,
that actually is good for me. And bad for
That gross thing.
It is awesome.
To show that gross boy.
Is that a flesh golem?
Yep.
Did you paint that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's awesome.
okay. Well, pretty simple.
Oh boy, glad I got out of the way.
I just wrote like, oh shit.
Raises a hand at you, Elvin.
No, he doesn't. Pass.
Okay.
Hold it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah!
Please.
I tried to give you guys long enough to wait, and I didn't think you were going to do it.
Yeah, well done. I was not thinking.
About Elvin, because fuck him.
Yeah, basically. I want to play my druid.
What is your armor class?
17?
Okay, that didn't get you.
Woo!
The fact that he had to think about it.
It lifts up a hand to you, Romer.
Mm-hmm. I lift up a finger to it.
What's your armor class?
What should it be? 17.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. It picks you, it grabs you, and slams you down.
Cool.
Gently.
Nah, it's not gently at all.
You take 17 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
And you are prone right at the moment. And then, Killian,
Uh-oh.
will you please make me a Constitution saving
Oh,
throw?
jeez. Well, I'm going to go ahead and make that with advantage. That would be
Pretty
19.
That is a pass. As you hear bells ringing around you, and it also sounds like chains. Chains that are breaking.
Tight.
And it feels like you can almost hear an arcane voice in your mind. And it's it looking at you.
The creature is?
The creature. That's its turn. Romer, you are prone, but you're not held or anything like that.
Okay. Half my move to stand up.
Mhm.
Thank you. Hex him
Got it.
on strength.
Okay.
And I will take a swingy doodle at him.
Take a swingerang.
You want advantage on it? Yeah.
Oh, thank the Lords of Cobalt.
Dude, those divine advantage rolls.
So that's a 21.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so. Roll these. Weapon Master. 12 damage.
Damage. Yeah, okay. You just dig in and it just.
I don't know if he has any spell or spells or anything so I can drink.
Ajatha senses. I'm going to give you enough that there is no spells, Ajatha feels magic. It also doesn't feel like it's magic. It's almost like if it were smoke and Ajatha can't quite get it.
Okay.
Like it's like... Okay, Elbin.
Okay, I'm gonna make my wolves go first.
Mm-hmm.
They're just gonna attack him, as you might expect. You might not expect. I don't know. So, first one. Yeah, I'm guessing got him, but let's see. So,
4.
Yeah, oh yeah.
am I +5?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you are.
Yep, you're right. 24 for 10.
Those are the wolves?
First wolf, yeah.
Okay. So they did 10?
Yep.
Okay. Got it.
Second one,
Also hit.
22 for 11.
Okay. The wolves are tearing in, but they just don't seem to be doing as much damage. It seems like it can't quite break the skin as well.
Cool, man. It's not though. And then And Elbin will. So I will Misty Step.
The Misty Boys strike again.
Misty Boys strike again. And I can still do a cantrip after that, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I will Druid Craft him, so if he can make a con save at disadvantage.
Oh, because of one of these, huh?
Yeah. Not just cuz.
Well, sharpness takes a minute to come on.
It does, doesn't it?
Damn it.
16.
I don't even remember what potions and stuff I have.
Failed.
Okay. Yeah, so he will take.
Potion of water breathing.
God, I can't roll for shit. He'll take 6 and disadvantage on his next attack.
Gotcha. Oh, and actually, sorry, I should have rolled that regular, but we'll keep it at that.
Okay.
All right. Killian.
Alright, Killian is going to attempt to sneak out over here. 10, 15, and kind of take up residence behind that pillar. A little bit there. Anarchy should go first. Anarchy will fly down and give Romer advantage, trying to claw into his back and peck at him from behind. I am going to cast Slow on him.
Okay.
And I would like his roll to be with disadvantage.
I'm not even going to let you spend that.
Yeah. I understand. No, I understand.
Watch this. As you cast Slow, and you start to, it starts absorbing up. You see its wounds healing.
Cool.
As it... The voice inside of your head laughs.
Did it do that when I did my hex?
No.
Okay.
Not on the hex.
Interesting.
Cool. I hate that, but also cool.
The druid craft seemed to work just fine.
Alright, I think he would continue moving. Let's see, I was here 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, no, he'll keep that cover.
I was going to say, that's probably a good position.
He'll keep that cover.
Okay.
My turn?
No. You can hear the voice in your head. You're so young, such a student. I could give you true power. Power to destroy your enemies. All of them. Immortality. That's what you're hearing right now.
Man, I mean, I think he would put his hand on the pillar and cast his eyes down, but shake it off.
Okay. Alright.
I think he's definitely tempted, but...
To this wolf over here.
Be nice to my wolves.
Nope.
Yep.
Disadvantage, technically. Right?
Oh, you're right, yeah. That still affects
I
it.
wanted him to use that on me.
Didn't matter anywho. Thank you. You're a good boy.
Yeah.
7.
You can always count on a Sean roll.
That is 11 damage.
Which one was he attacking?
The white one.
wolf.
WW.
What do they have total?
47 each. Yeah.
Is that how much hit points they have?
Mm-hmm. Because I got the...
Oh, damn.
well, they have 37
yeah.
base, but my thing is 2 times their hit dice.
Holy smokes. Okay,
Yeah, they have the main
Romer,
I do.
on you.
Yeah.
Well, they did.
More than me.
Than me.
That is a hit, my
Yep.
dude.
Oh,
Now he brings out the good rolls.
You take 22 damage,
Holy.
and you are prone again, I'm afraid.
Okay.
As it turns its head, please make a Constitution saving throw, Elbin.
Okay. I'll spend that.
Okay.
Did I have one of those and put it
Failed.
away?
You gave it to him.
Did I have a blue one? You gave me a blue
Yeah,
one.
I gave you a
right?
blue one.
I didn't spin that, did I?
I don't think
I think
so.
I might have picked it up and put it away. Is that alright?
I failed.
You failed.
Yeah.
Okay. You take 4 psychic damage as you hear these bells too. And for a moment you see what looks like a sea, a metallic sea, almost of mercury, liquid mercury.
I have to make a con save. I'm going to do that with advantage. It seems important enough.
Concentration for your wolves?
Concentration,
yeah. Yeah.
How much damage did you do? Total? Was it 20?
22.
22. So,
You're at
Okay.
11, I think.
no, I reduced it by 3 because my
Oh,
armor
yeah,
was so it's
yeah.
still 10.
Still 10.
I'm good.
Okay. That's its turn. Romer.
Stand up
Gotcha.
and throw the old mirror image on myself.
Not a bad idea.
Otherwise, he's going to kill me next round.
Yeah.
He still might, but
He still might.
I have mirror image too.
that's it.
Okay. Elbin. Fight.
I did wolves first last time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the default should just be they go first. There's not many opportunities where they'd go second.
Yeah.
Unless you, like, first unless declared otherwise.
Right. Yeah.
That's an important enough thing to get right.
First one.
one. Got him.
Mm-hmm.
4. Come on. 6. Second one. Not.
Okay. They tear in and they pull off a bit of flesh, but
All right. I will. 1. There, boy. That's 11 for everybody. 10 hit points.
Thank you.
And then he has disadvantage on strengthy boys, right?
Yes.
I will.
Not saves, ability checks.
So then,
Actually, he doesn't have to make a save because the wolf hit him or get knocked prone.
that's true.
oh yeah,
He might be immune to prone. Some large creatures are immune to prone.
he's not though. Don't look.
If he does,
No,
he'll throw
you-
disadvantage. Cool.
You're good. His disadvantage for that wolf. What am I trying to beat for that?
It's on like 11, 12 maybe.
13.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
You got it. It is pulled. The wolf that makes it, though, is able to pull enough that it almost seems a little top heavy and kind of falls over.
Does that mean he'll have disadvantage trying to save on entangle, or how does that work?
No, it's
No.
not ability. It's ability checks, not saves.
Even prone. I was. Or is there
I
nothing?
don't think prone makes a
Okay, it
difference.
doesn't.
I
I
don't
think,
think
okay.
prone does.
No, it just gives advantage for melee, disadvantage for range.
Guessing he has plenty of strength, so entangle is kind of not the best thing.
Plus, I
Then
don't know where you're going to put where it's not going to catch us.
well, it's 20 feet, so I was thinking since he's taking up that, but I don't know. Not seeming like the best move. I will throw a mistletoe dart at him.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I get advantage since he's on the floor.
Nope.
You get
No.
disadvantage
Disadvantage.
for ranged attacks.
Unless you're adjacent to them with the range, then I think it's just normal.
Yeah, it becomes normal.
Then maybe I
I think
won't.
is that how it works?
Yeah, because you have advantage plus disadvantage.
Never mind, then I will do my Druidcraft thing again.
Okay.
So con save.
Con save?
16. I won't spend that.
Did not make it.
All right.
Oh, crap!
22.
Good God.
That makes up for my 5 roll before.
That is a damn good hit. Some of the stitches, or just some of the pieces that were put together within this body, I mean, you you manage to just touch. And some of the seams start ripping, like splitting as you have vines that are... And it's kind of coming out.
Oh, thanks.
Nice.
Well done.
And disadvantage on his next attack, poor guy. Kind of feel sorry for him at this point.
Killian.
Well, Anarchy will be continuing to flutter around him, granting me advantage on my attack.
So you could have to throw normal.
On my turn, I'm going to go here, take cover behind that, hold my action so that when he stands up, I will fire a firebolt at him.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
You stand up?
He doesn't. Okay. Stand up.
I will fire off that firebolt.
Advantage.
Well, it's still a +9. I got a 17.
Yeah.
That hits.
Yeah. Okay, I am going to pour my power surge into it. So that'll be 13 points of damage. Fire damage.
You see for a moment one of the very sharp, the eyes on this thing are part of what's scary is that they are intelligent, sickeningly. They seem to glaze over for a moment when the fire's there. It looks just like normal eyes that are wide. Almost afraid, but they kind of snap back and they look, again, fierce and cunning. But it stands up. Actually, it'll let you get the opportunity attack.
Psst. Plural. Well, hold on. He may trip it.
Oh yeah, he may. You're right.
Rolls.
Go ahead.
First one.
Hit.
For
He's still at disadvantage on this check.
9.
Is he?
Yeah, because of the hex.
Son of a bee. He failed.
Oh my god.
Just fucking tripped. He can still stand
That'll
up.
be it.
He already spent half his move.
Half his move.
Now he'd spend half his move to stand up again.
He will go ahead and do it and attack Romer in that case with disadvantage.
That's what you get for reminding him.
Missed on that one. He'll attack again.
Oh, actually, sorry. Before you do that, I have mirror image. I need to roll mine.
That's
first.
right.
Yeah.
So it's 8. So hit an image.
Yeah, hit
6
an
or better.
image. Yeah.
And then you're gonna attack me again.
Yes.
Well, hold on.
Wait, no, I didn't hit.
What did you roll? You rolled a 5, right? Because remember, his mirror image is only 10 plus his dex.
I have a 9 armor class.
So one image is gone.
Okay, then yes.
Your low roll was a 5, which would have hit his
Got it.
He's gonna attack me again.
It is going to attack you again.
So
12 hits an image.
that's an image, yep.
Okay.
So roll to hit. I mean, I don't think he can miss me. I have a 9 armor class.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're down to one image
And you
left.
gonna attack again?
He is not. I need you now to make a Constitution saving throw, please. You also hear the chains breaking and the bells ringing. You take 12 psychic damage, I'm afraid. I will say he's taken a lot of damage, and there's a lot of splits
Concentration
happening.
check. I make it.
Romer, it is your turn.
Alright, well, I will attack him with my sword.
Okay.
21?
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna do X. And a 19. Plus 7, so. That. This was.
Okay.
35 damage.
Okay.
2 separate attacks, but
All right.
Seems strong.
You guide in, and you start trying to cut the sutures and the stitches, and are just kind of... It's not... Nothing's falling off or coming apart, but you're just kind of
No blood.
digging in. And actually, as opposed to drinking the energy, you feel what feels like a Jatha pierces through
Like something insubstantial?
Insubstantial. Like something like it's cut through what feels like a curtain. And it's kind of moved through like a curtain.
Nice.
Anything else from you, my dude?
Yeah, actually, as a bonus action, I'm going to drink one of my healing potions.
Sounds good.
That's a solid idea.
Elbin.
Wolves doing their usual thing. 13.
Does not hit.
Second wolf. 14.
Does not hit.
Sweet. I hate to milk this druid crap, but he's gonna do it again.
It's no milking, man.
Old con save.
Con save's just regular, though. It's a regular con save on that, right? Yeah.
He good. So, I did nothing this turn, so thank you.
Hey, you did a lot.
That's true.
Killian.
Alright, Killian, having seen the fire, pull down. I'm gonna throw a fireball, but I'm gonna throw it.
I'm like, no!
I'm gonna throw it right here. That won't hit Killian, but it will hit the white wolf and him.
It'll hit. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you.
It'll hit the white wolf, though. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Only say it if you mean it.
What's that?
Only say it if you mean it.
I would like you to roll your dex save with disadvantage, please.
Okay. What am I trying to be?
15?
Oh, yeah. You got it.
Nice.
Wolfie boy. Hey, he got it.
Nice.
No? Okay.
Whoa, that was pretty good.
Had a good roll there. Let's see. 32 damage.
Here's what happens. Fire erupts and surrounds it. And you almost feel, you can all kind of hear in your heads like, no, no. But you feel, no, no, no. And you almost feel like it's ripped a shadow away from itself. Or it's been burned away. Thing hasn't fallen. But it looks around at all of you confused. I am sorry.
So are we. We can't let him. Can't let Strahd have him.
Looks over. Picks up the doctor. I remember even before I was alive. I saw visions of this man working on me. Does that make him my father?
I think that's what he wanted to think.
And my hand has ended him.
Wasn't your decision. You were possessed. Something took advantage of you.
Something that frightened me. What is my purpose?
That's a question anyone would ask.
That something could control you again and do great harm to people. Are you okay with that?
I don't think that it could come back. The line was severed. What a terrible thing. One eye, one hand. So much malice.
I didn't get that at first.
I didn't either.
Neither did I.
I know you didn't get it either.
I'm there now.
Thank you for the subscription, Coach and Cranio Dad,
thanks,
for
guys.
throwing in to give another one.
Nice. We can't harm it. It's innocent.
Strahd will use it.
Not if we bring him with us.
You could do some good.
He wanted the creature, though, for the information.
I would like to do good if I could.
He could
We are
help.
supposed to bring you back to a being who's very evil. He would probably use you to terrible ends. How do you feel about that?
Why would you be bringing me there?
Forget it. Let's just leave. I know we don't have the information, but there has to be another way. We can't sacrifice. It's an innocent thing.
I would agree.
Beginning to sound a bit like me.
He's not going to be able to come with us, though.
He might. The Babala Saga, it wasn't specified how many. Just that the horns had to be blasted in order.
That's a good point.
And keep him in the castle, he can help.
What about the rebellion?
That's not our purpose. I don't know.
Could be his purpose.
He could be a strong ally to them, is what I'm saying.
You're right.
All right.
So what do? Go back to Strahd and lie? Say we never found the creature? Or
No. We take him to the Keepers,
Yes.
then we go to the Babala Saga, and we get the hell out of here.
If giving me to this Strahd will help you on whatever quest, I will go freely.
We can't do that to you. He would torture you. He would use you to do terrible things. But there are those who want to work against him. If you were willing, we could take you to them. Assuming they'd be willing to take you in. I think if we talk to them, we might be able to convince them.
And if not, we can bring him with us.
Agreed. We're not going to bring you any more harm.
Thank you.
I'd like you to decide what you'd like your purpose to be. To help destroy evil? To escape and live freely with us?
Those are good questions. Kind of sits Dr. Victor Mordenheim down on a chaise. That's in there.
Always a chaise.
And kind of picks up one of his books. He's like, what does this say? And you see, it's clearly a drawing of him, and underneath it, it says Adam. But he can't.
It says Adam, your name.
That is my name. Adam.
It's nice to meet you, Adam.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Romer.
Roma.
I'm Elbin.
Elbin.
Killian, this is Anarchy.
It's a nice soft touch to Anarchy. I think my father was a doctor, and he meant to heal. I think I would like to heal, including if that means pulling the evil out of a body.
Right.
Maybe I will find my purpose.
Your choice. You tell us what you want to do.
I will help you no matter how you would like my help.
Question is, do you want to stay there, here, or do you want to come home with us?
You can do good in either situation.
Agreed.
You can do good here by fighting against a great evil. And quite frankly, we're not doing much different where we're from.
We'll probably be fighting a greater evil where we're going.
Okay. I shall come with you then.
I like that, actually.
Adam,
Yeah. But we have to destroy all this work.
I think you're right. We're going to come up empty-handed when we return, but I don't see any other way. We can't come back to Strahd with this. It's not worth the sacrifice.
If what we're fighting for is to fight against evil, we can't do evil to fight evil. I refuse to do that.
Right. I think Killian will just throw a firebolt at a book on the ground, throw a firebolt at, like, a table packed with stuff.
I'll go down to the next level and fireball the
hold
lab.
on. Yeah, we know he's afraid of fire.
He's like,
Oh, yeah.
Elbin, take him outside.
Yeah, take him outside. We're going to destroy the work.
can I bring my father to bury him?
Of course, I'll help you.
Thank you. Elbin takes out Adam, who is carrying Dr. Victor Mordenheim, as the two of you go from room to room and just start burning materials. As you're coming out, you see the rods collapse a bit, but the tower stays intact.
Right.
It doesn't seem to... It's
stone.
It's stone.
Yeah.
I mean, we may blow parts of it a piece, maybe, you know, but not destroy it.
As you guys are also leaving, it also looks like it has some residual magic to it. Like, at one time, this was a magic tower. It is no longer, but it just has those residuals. You two walk out as Adam has dug a grave for Dr. Victor Mordenheim.
I think I'd have been talking to him about how similar we are, being created by some mad project.
Don't have that conversation now. Don't summarize that. Let's do that next time because that's awesome, and I don't want to skip over that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with that, Elbin sits down to talk to Adam as he digs a grave for his father. The two of you walk out with all the materials burned. Careful, viewer. As I said, small mercies. But for a moment, I would be remiss if I did not bring it back to our own realm for just a moment. To the north, in the Sword Coast. What some used to remember as the stronghold of Raven Rock. Fallen. In a hallway, a man is being carried. Seems like he's still having a nightmare. Just... and two Dragonborn are carrying him. Entering into a room with a red Dragonborn in armor. Looking at maps, has a sand table in front of him. On one there is a volcano, on other arcane rituals. And the green Dragonborn who's entered the room is like, Lord Commander. And Caecilius of Clan Raish turns around. Speak. This one was having a nightmare and only asked to speak to the champion. Bring him in. I set down the figure who's still... And around the room are a number of mirrors that have a yellow hue, almost amber, if you will. And shadowy figures step out, looking from behind what looks like just windows to them. As the man having a nightmare says, stands up. Like, champion. Like, looks at the other. No, the word Phobator. You have returned. Yes. Information. The three we were looking for, have made it to Barovia. But I've seen their minds. Caecilius. And they need to be dealt with. I've already sent the hunter after them. Whispers surround the room. No. No, champion. This is far more important than your revenge. Caecilius looks around. What can you tell me about them? One is nature. Nature itself. Another is a wizard. Used to be dressed in red. A wizard and a druid aren't that much of a concern. Behind one of the paintings, like, the Guardians and the Watchers are gone. Nothing can stop us. Phobator, like, I'm afraid that's not quite correct. One of the Guardians has made a pact with the other one through Ajata. And nature, a Guardian and a scholar. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Caecilius, you'll seek them out. Hunt them down. Caecilius, I have one last thing to finish here, and I will be the ruin And that
Nice.
is where we will end it. Everyone.
Yeah.
Tight.
Awesome.
So good.
That was
awesome, man.
Good one, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Whew. Yeah, I was not expecting him to be all.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
I didn't know that that's the way you guys would go.
Yeah.
I kind of like that you want to bring him with you.
I mean, I also think a little bit of it was Killian was like, I mean, we wouldn't sacrifice Elvin for anything.
Right.
This dude is a construct.
He's
We
all
didn't choose that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Cool. That was awesome. All right, shall we launch a raid?
Let's launch a raid. Thanks,
Share the
everybody, for tuning in and watching. Keep tuning in for the follower giveaways, but thank you, y'all. We'll be back with Waterdeep Dragon Heist proper this Sunday.
Thanks, y'all.
Is something tomorrow?
Yes, Wiley's game.
Wiley.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. All right, see you guys.
Bye, guys.